Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
This is my first proper live stream where I'm not fake live. So I hope you enjoy it. We are talking about the moon because it's very fitting right now with what's going on with the old H2O. And we're doing it with my good friend, Musty Audio. Musty Audio, welcome to the show.
How's it going, mate? You good?
Thanks for having me back. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. See, the light's gone funny again, so you can't show off your soul glow hair.
Ah, yeah.
I get the gist of this, where this is going, Ronnie.
Yeah. I kind of got the gist of it too, but anyway, this noodle's hanging down. I mean, it's just, man, and she pulls out this little ball of stuff and she squirts it up.
Did I?
Oh, okay. Why are you wasting my time? Like a lot of people wasting my time with videos that we don't.
Listen, Blake. Don't come round here with your big bollocks, right?
Third Phase does their thing. Every channel does their thing. You know, it used to be, and there still is. There's a lot of politics in this so-called community. It's really cutthroat. Everybody is trying to use someone else as a stepping stone or using them, just like Corbell used me.
I've been listening to your podcasts that you've been on, and a few things stuck out for me.
All right, you guys are unwilling to admit it, but you guys are all flat earthers.
And you can hit it with whatever you'd like.
Yeah, pants are optional, right?
Yeah. Press away with whatever you feel does the job.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to Alien Addict on this fine, luxurious evening. It's a luxurious evening because it's the last time that we're going to be live on YouTube. It's the final countdown, and we're glad that you're all here to see us out. Without further ado, my two brothers from other mothers.
Howdy.
Boys, before we bring on the rest of the guys, let's tell the guys what's going on. So we're moving on to pastures new. We're keeping the YouTube channel still there.
Mm-hmm. So if anyone needs to crack one out, looking at us, all the shows are here.
Or you can go to our OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
Real Alien Addict and OnlyFans.com. Yeah, costs a little bit more, but it's worth it.
Cut a long story short, the podcast is doing extremely well, and we want you all to go over there because if we're honest, we get more views in a day than we get on YouTube in an entire month.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
Yeah. It's not just fair; it's 100% factual.
Yeah, it's a factual statement. And join us over there. We've always filtered ourselves here. We're unfiltered there. We'll say the things we can't say here. We'll criticize the people. We'll make the jokes. It's just better. Freedom of speech is better. Join us over there. Give us 5 stars. Share us with your, creepy uncle and your cousin that still lives in his mom's basement, eats way too many Cheetos, and has the weird My Little Pony collection. That guy will fucking love us. Maybe. I mean, probably not, but share it with him anyway.
And we've put a Discord out for you guys that have been faithful in the live chats because we want to keep hanging around with you guys. So follow the Discord. We'll have some fun with you. We may even go over the show us faces over there now and again. But YouTube's kind of like, I think it's had its day for this subject. They just don't want you speaking about it.
I mean, there's definitely something weird. We've seen like such a drop off in any sort of reach.
any reach we were getting has kind of disappeared. You'll get the odd show we do, which does well, but it's I don't know. I don't understand. You know, it's obvious that for the subscribers that we have, like 90% of them don't get notified when we do lives and stuff like that. So there's only so long that you can continue like bashing your head against a brick wall, doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting it to get better and it not getting better. And when you hear you hear content creators all the time, don't you? Like complained about YouTube, complained about this, complain about certain platforms. No one ever actually does anything. So maybe if more people did something about it, then the platforms would have to change.
Or Elon needs to buy it.
And if it changes, we've got the channel.
Yeah, that's right. And
I might put some video stuff out, but it'll be advertising the podcast.
Yeah, nipple stuff, penis stuff.
We've got some amazing interviews coming up on the podcast. We've got we go 5 days a week. So you want to see more of this show? It's 5 days a week, and we are totally uncensored. So make sure you go and follow us over there, and follow us on the new Discord that we've just created. Yeah, it's a change, but it's a change that needs to happen. And I just had to have the balls to fucking. Basically, Lee and Dave kicked me in the balls.
Yeah, he borrowed our balls.
One from each of us.
And I just woke up and I just said, "You're right. Let's do it. Let's go full on with the podcast." So, cheers. Even though you two aren't drinking, I am. Tonight I'm drinking. Been teetotal for a while, but tonight I'm drinking. Without further ado.
Did you drink last night, Ollie?
I had a glass and a half.
So you've been teetotal for 48 hours.
I couldn't have too much. I couldn't have too much wine because it was my anniversary, and we wanted to have cheekies.
I'm not. I don't. Your anniversary night. I'm just merely trying to clarify your understanding of the word teetotal.
I think we should more or less focus in on that. Alcohol makes your noodle go limp.
Does.
Really? You too, huh?
Potentially.
You three?
Matthew's joining me in a beer.
Took you a little long time to say that.
Fighting spirit here. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I don't have any of those issues, man. Thank God.
Well, it depends. How drunk you are, surely.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've never really had an issue, dude. I don't know.
And Matt,
yeah, me neither.
We appreciate you.
Okay, yeah, we believe both of you.
There we are.
Evening, no.
Hello.
Stuck with us through thick and thin, just like our audience.
Absolutely.
Most
I keep on hearing in the chat that's an end of an era. It's not, guys. Come on. If you love Alien Addict, go onto Spotify. They keep me occupied every single day. It's just like a show. You just can't see them. So you can picture their pretty faces, but you still get the same entertainment. So pop onto Spotify. It's not the end of the era. It's just a new journey, a new beginning.
Long shows to an hour. If we do an interview, it's 2 hours. And some of those interview clips and stuff, we'll put them on YouTube. You'll get some of that, but that's because we want you to go over to the podcast. But we have Discord for you live chatters.
Yeah, I've just stuck it in the chat again. The link. I'll keep doing it throughout the evening.
Oh shit! I gotta join that.
Yeah. We have big plans. We have big plans, and YouTube holds us back.
Correct.
And I'm pretty sure that most content creators, if they're really honest, they know that YouTube dangles a carrot. It gives you a little bit of hope as a content creator that you're gonna get big, that you're gonna be able to do this and survive and build an entire empire.
Yeah.
The reality of it is, it's extremely hard. YouTube is such a hard place for this type of content. Hidden, you're nodding a lot down there.
Yeah, agree. 100% agree. It's damn hard work, man. You know, you don't get your numbers that easy. And also, I agree with you. YouTube they say they want to help you, but it's very hard to get any help from them. I mean, my problem is always with copyrights. You know what I mean? I can put a video out, let's say my latest video, yeah? And if Dave just says, you know what? I want to be a bit of a dick, he can put a copyright claim on that video. Now, and because of YouTube, how they act, soon as the copyright claim is put in, they side with the person who puts the claim in.
Yes, always. This is something interesting I think should be addressed. Record the video for your podcast and upload them here as well as the audio-only platforms. Easy solution. We've thought about that, but why would we reward a platform with our content and our time that doesn't reward us back? It's not worth it.
I think I like behind the curtain a little bit is we host with Spreaker, and the second largest podcast host in the world behind Spotify. Out of all the Spreaker podcasts, 2,000 of those are what they call Spreaker Prime podcasts. So we've been accepted onto that. So we're a Spreaker Prime podcast now as well. And instantly, like, so we've got nothing from YouTube for ages. Within a couple of months of pushing ourselves on audio and on Spreaker, like they've let us in the door. We've got like a single point of contact that we can speak to for any issues and things like that. You know, the treatment from Spreaker compared to the treatment from YouTube is just fucking night and day.
And content creators do it. They do it for the love and the hobby, but they also do it because they generally want to make a living off it at some point.
Yeah, that's the goal. Here's one. Can we pose questions for future guests on Discord?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need to work
keep
out
you in the loop with all the shows.
Yeah.
I set the Discord up this afternoon. I have it on my phone. I've never used Discord before. This is the first time I've ever used Discord. So I look at it and it looks like a foreign language. I will work out what the fuck any of it means. I believe there's a general chat section now. And we'll probably expand that into some other things as well. So yeah, we might even have a separate.
You can go live on Discord, I think, as well. You can like engage with the live goers.
Apparently so. Hey, Toop, how you doing, buddy?
Toop, really sorry to hear about Boston, mate.
Yeah, sorry to hear about it, dude.
Yeah.
I also think like a lot of the UFO community, especially with YouTube content, they like it live. If you record it like a long podcast, I think people will watch it, but I still think they prefer that live for some reason, right? Or am I crazy about that? I don't know. I always feel like that's the truth.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think long form content struggles on YouTube, like in general, apart from because you'll get or at least from where I can see. Obviously, the live viewers, the people that are here watching now, most of these people will stick with the show until the end. But then for the views you get after the initial live, you know, if they're watching 15 minutes of the show, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like everybody wants up to the date right now, you know, especially with UFOs. Everybody wants up to date. We know all the older stories, man, but they want to hear what's going on in Congress, what's going on now, you know? It's all about now.
That's the thing with the podcast as well. Literally, we Lee and Dave do. I don't so much. They look at the news through the day. They get the news, and literally we hit it straight away. And as soon as we've done the podcast, it's uploaded. So with it, so say the podcast is an hour, 15 minutes after, Lee.
Yeah, we get online at 8:30, and the show is generally out for people by 10:30.
We did a banger the other day. It was we talked about the airfield, what's the name of the airfield?
Oh, Langley Air Force Base.
Langley, that's it.
Yeah,
that was a banger. So yeah, that is the reason why we're buggering off. But yeah,
but if
Elon buys YouTube, we'll be back.
Absolutely. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Or at least, or I mean, at least like make some kind of like video library system on YouTube or on Twitter where you can do that, right? He's got to expand it, you know.
The thing is that we can get into this now because people are expecting, they want to they don't want to come on here and just say why we're leaving. Let's go into why this content is not right for this platform. Censorship is rife, and one of the big things, like, so we had Bart Sabrell on just before Joe Rogan, was it? Just before, Lee, yeah?
Before and after, right?
Before and after. We've had him on 3 times. We've got a final interview with Bart Sabrell that is not on YouTube because we said we're not going to do it. We're not going to put it on there. It doesn't deserve it. We interviewed Bart Sabrell straight after Joe Rogan again, and then we put that out a few days after the Rogan interview. Or maybe it was a few weeks, I don't know, but it wasn't long.
It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks after.
We got in touch with him the week after he came back for being on Rogan, and then we did the interview the week after.
But the Bart Sabrell first interview that we did, it's clearly been censored. That for some reason, you look at his content on YouTube, when people talk about him, it is censored. Now, that's whether we didn't go to the moon or I don't know. They don't want us to know that, but there is something about when you do an interview with him. What was it you noticed with the Rogan interview, Lee, when he put it out with Bart Sabrell?
Oh, it was. I mean, fair enough. I know this is a lot of people, but like, it's a Rogan podcast, and it had like 100,000 views in 5 hours. You know, like that should have been like in the like multiple hundreds of thousands of views.
So this platform for what our audience is into, and this goes for all you guys in the chat that we absolutely love dearly, even the one that hates Dave.
No, there's several that hate me.
This is not the platform for conspiracies anymore.
No, and you know what's interesting too is like you guys have been doing obviously a lot more conspiracy stuff lately, kind of moving away from ufology a little bit because I mean let's be honest, it's been slow. But I think another reason why you get so many views over on Spotify is simply that a lot of people who want to hear conspiracy stuff, they want the full show. They don't want a censored version of you on YouTube talking about it. They want the explicit version of the rap album. They don't want the clean lyrics. And they know that they're going to get the clean lyrics. They're not going to get what they really want. So it doesn't surprise me that you guys are doing so much freaking better over there, dude.
I agree. I agree. My thing that I wanted to ask, because have you just had enough of the censorship? Because the censorship on YouTube has been going on. God, I'm 2.0. When I was just Hidden Underbelly, I got censored heavily.
I mean,
because of the stuff I was talking about. Have you just had enough?
I'm not going to bend over and say, "Give me fucking censorship." You know, we have had enough. It's
see. I like YouTube. I like the platform. I like
the platform's
platform.
Amazing.
I don't like the
platform to work with is amazing.
As Nick can testify, because me and you do a show together. You see how I always say PG-13, and I'm always clapping when a name's being dropped. You know, So I know that it's there. I just enjoy being on the platform. I don't enjoy the politics. So I think it's a bold step, and it's a good step for you. I think it's bold, and I really wish you all the best of success. But it sounds like you don't need my blessing because it's happening anyways. And you are right. You were right what you said. People don't want to hear the clean version of Tupac. They want to hear the explicit lyrics, man.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
They want to hear everything. And that's truth. People, you know, because when we're talking in code here, not a lot of people know the codes that we're talking in. So they're kind of lost in the conversation. So like, man, let's call these people's names out. Why can't we?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why?
Yeah.
It's our opinions, and we're allowed an opinion. What happened to freedom of speech? As long as we're not inciting, saying go and hurt these people or anything, just saying, look, this is what I'm seeing them doing, and this is where it's leading to. But hey, it's me to shut up now. I've had my 5 seconds.
Look what YouTube did with when you spoke about COVID. Can you imagine what they would do if you actually speak about if aliens are going to come to this planet and blow us to smithereens, or invest in our women or whatever, or men?
Invest in them. What? Like
invest,
some sort of fucking angel
invest
investors.
the alien penis.
What?
Or steal all his cows. Whatever's going on, do you really think once we hit the nail on the head that they're going to let us talk about that?
No. So, Dutch transition, this is a good one. Vinator, I think I'm saying that right. He says, he was talking about why don't we do X spaces instead? And Lee had replied, I'm sure in the comments, that was Lee, that they're not really good for podcasts. If you ever listen to podcasts that are done on X, they're not great. The other reason is, we may do short stints in the future to continue to build our audience.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really the Wild West, and you see more like stalker, like think of all the drama that's on X. It all centers around X spaces. People getting like that's not what we want. We don't want drama. We don't want to participate. We want to talk crazy shit, try and wake people up to what's going on, make you laugh, point out potential leaks and conspiracies, maybe do a deep dive on the child rape cults in the islands off the side of wherever that we can't talk about on here.
Man, we really don't care about this channel.
Yeah.
Okay, it's definitely official now.
Yeah.
No codes.
See, that's the thing though, right? That's the response, because that's a real thing. That's something that is happening. Did happen.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about it.
Yeah,
and
wild.
So why did we go there? Well, part of it is, one, it's allowed us to build a hell of an audience very quickly, and it's only continuing to grow, which is unbelievable. Like Lee said, they've taken us under their wings. Spreaker has. They love us. They're rewarding us for our work and our consistency. That's something YouTube's never done. We've tried everything. And there's a monetary reward. We can't shill here as well as we can shill there. So let the shilling begin. Right.
Well, also,
Sell my ass.
X spaces are completely different than podcasts, though. At the same time, it's not the same thing. Like, you're not really doing that. You're more trying to interact with other people. It's an open platform. It's just it wouldn't condone very well the podcast. You could kind of run it like a radio show if you wanted, if you were like a solo dude, but it's not for what you guys are doing. I don't think you'd find I don't think you'd find what you wanted out of it, to be honest.
No,
Also, I was just gonna say, also sharing £30 a month from YouTube between three of us is a little bit,
it's disheartening.
Sorry, the only way you're going to make it big is just by doing reaction videos or makeup tutorials or something like that. That's the only thing that YouTube is worthy of, isn't it? Really?
Oh man, I'd love to see Lee doing a sweet ass makeup tutorial. I'd love to see
that. You should focus on his moisturizing routine for his legs. It's fantastic.
Yes.
It's a thing to behold. You would think he's a hairy man. He is not.
His legs are so smooth, aren't they, Dave?
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. They're fucking gorgeous. That guy in
really
heels.
Nice.
Can I ask? May I ask? Is that the OnlyFans content?
No, that's just for us. That's private. Right, that's for love. Okay,
you're doing some Diddy taping over there.
Nah, the Diddy holes are for sale. Right?
As I believe, as the kids would say, DM me later and I'll give you my snap. I'm going to drop the. Obviously, we are on all the podcast platforms. I've just dropped the Spotify link in the chat because we tend to push the Spotify link more than everything else because it's pretty obvious if you do a podcast, you can listen to it on whatever devices you happen to have it on. But if you use Spotify, they've got a really good comment section, and like we read them out. Yeah, we do. We read the comments out every twice a week, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. To speak here to Moody, who's always faithful, and I hope you're listening to us daily, Moody. I don't see any of your comments on Spotify, so it kind of breaks my heart. He said, I'd like anyone to name a religious cult that didn't include abuse. I'm going to imagine sexual abuse, and thought it was a prerequisite, and suicide too. Well, our cult will have both of those things, except it's psychological nudity, so it haunts you daily. And once we've milked you for all you're worth, you'll find out how it ends.
Yeah, and
Nothing like leaving someone in their own mind, you know.
No, I want to be in there with them. I don't want them to be there. I want to live in there.
You want to haunt their dreams.
I want their dreams to reek of my odor. Yeah.
But Nick, you've moved on over to pretty much Rumble now. I mean, I put your link in the description, but you're on Rumble now. That's your place. That's your home, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed. Yeah. Follow me on Rumble, guys. Investigate with Nick 89. I upload every single day, and I get far more comments and likes on that platform than YouTube. So yeah, I'm pretty much done. I mean, me and Hidden will still do our shows together, but I think it's pointless. Like I said, unless you're doing reaction videos, it's just a pointless platform, and don't pay for it either. In my opinion.
All of you unsubscribe to Alien. Let's get it down to 1 subscriber. That'd be great.
Nah.
I think it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible.
But
I'm staying here.
You guys. Yeah, but we speak in code, bruv. This is it. Except for our last episode when we were cracking DD jokes, it was quite funny.
Nah, I'm staying. I mean, I see you. Everything you're saying is valid, 100% valid. But I just enjoy, the people, my viewers, my subscribers. They've been good to me, man.
Oh yeah,
and I like it here.
I think on a video front, on the video side of it, it's the best place to be because it's where the people are. There's more people. Like the platform is a problem, but it is the best app to use as well. The pretenders that come along, because at first it's like BitChute looked like it was going to do something. BitChute never changed from almost like the first time it launched.
Horrible name, by the way. Terrible name.
Terrible. Yeah. Then what's I know there's Rumble, Odyssey. Fuck. Are we
on Odyssey?
All our content gets uploaded to Odyssey. I think we get 2 views a month on Odyssey. So if you're listening to this show on Odyssey, champion you. Well done. That's fucking commitment. That's the person that in the 1980s you wouldn't have got VHS. You'd have stuck with Betamax.
Beta, yeah.
Dude, I remember when you guys were high on Rockfin, dude. The Rockfin shows, man, that was where it was at, huh?
We did pretty well on Rockfin.
Yeah, Rockfin was actually good.
Yeah.
I didn't like the platform. It was so complicated to use.
It was a bitch to use. Yeah, fuck.
And they paid us in crypto.
Yeah, pay us in crypto, and not only do they pay you in crypto, it's also really fucking awkward because they pay you in a really, really odd type of crypto as well. That you then have to you need to buy Ethereum to buy something else, and then by the time you paid your gas fees on everything else, you end up with £5 out of the $70 you had.
Yep. Yeah, that's what happened. Again, we're just trying to grift more effectively, more efficiently. We're following the Elon model, right?
Yeah.
We're looking to get some government tax subsidies next.
Yeah, maybe try and getting Jeremy Corbell's contrails.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we'll send him some dirty pictures, some dirty hole pictures. What's it take?
We want to do this full time. I want to quit the day job. Lee wants to quit the day job. Dave wants to
stop having to murder people for money.
Yeah.
No, you don't give up a passion of love, bro. That's a calling. Okay. Money. You think I accept money?
And Spreaker's given the opportunity, so yeah, that's the reason why. But guys, 2027 is it's right around the corner. Something's going down. So I don't think YouTube's going to let that stuff fly.
Well, I don't. What's going down?
I think something's going to happen. I think all of this stuff that we're getting with there's so many sightings at the moment and stuff. Did you guys see that the sighting in Chile? The lady took it from the car, the large red.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the most interesting UFO videos I've seen for fucking ages.
I like the New Zealand selfie guy.
But I don't know. Did you guys not get that feeling where you just doing this all the time, unless you take a step back and look at it, you can easily think nothing happens. But I think from like the last 6 years, like it's just stuff over and over again, and then crazy stuff like the Miami Mall thing, or the like shooting things down over Canada, and the Las Vegas alien thing. You know, the Las Vegas alien that popped up seemed ridiculous, and then lo and behold, you know, when the actual 4K footage of it came out, there does seem to be something stood behind that fucking fence. You know, I don't know why it's happening and why it's being pushed forward, but I've always had this feeling that if we're being presented a movie, that there's gonna be a crescendo to the movie.
Sure. I think this is like the 2012 effect, because everything you guys are talking about on Spotify in terms of conspiracies, that was me back in 2008. And if you're a conspiracy theorist in the truth movement at that time, 2012, the end of the world, the Mayan calendar was a big thing. Everyone was talking about, oh, something's definitely going to happen. Spiritual awakening, a fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam. It was ramped up, hyped. And this is the same thing I'm seeing now. Now, in terms of the events that happened in 2023, like the Miami Wall, the crazy lady on the plane, I think personally, it is down to social media hyping this as something extraterrestrial. And I think that is partly to blame on a lot of crazy stuff that maybe just be like a normal thing. Like it could be like a nothing burger, but it's just been amplified by social media and Twitter. So you see what I'm saying?
The question would be then why? Because you can so many other things are censored. Like just look at what happened to like COVID and vaccine safety stuff. Like that's only now can you really talk about that sort of stuff openly without getting a ban or a warning or your post taken down. You absolutely can't. Like TikTok is still the worst. TikTok is still in 2019. You know, there's like you can't even honestly call somebody a retard on TikTok, and I think that's terrible.
There's so many of them.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's one of my favorite words as well. But the thing with like it's like anti censorship, like because like you say, it's being amplified, and it's you're right, it's being made out to be extraterrestrial. Like I've said for fucking years on this show that one day, all of a sudden, instead of the television telling my mum and dad that UFOs and aliens were bullshit, unless you happen to be watching some sort of crazy documentary on the History Channel at 4 o'clock in the morning, it was like overnight they decided they wanted people to believe in it. And I want to know why, regardless of what these things are or why they're here and all that sort of stuff. To me, it's almost like the second most interesting thing of this now. The most interesting thing is like, why do they want us to believe now?
I mean, what if aliens are the comfortable answer though?
Absolutely.
What if it's even worse, right? And they hope, oh God, we hope they think it's aliens, right? Because then, geez, maybe they won't go so crazy.
Yeah. You know, we cover that topic in detail on the audio podcast. Put it on Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you download it. Give us 5 stars. It's what all the sexy people are doing with big wings and tight asses.
Don't forget the merchandise. Right there, you can get T-shirts. Right there. But don't you think like you guys are talking about aliens and yes, they want us to look somewhere else. But I often think the reason is because they're stealing money. There's trillions going missing.
Well, the aliens are stealing money.
No,
space cash.
Goddamn money laundering aliens. They're all running around.
That would be a hell of a way to launder money. Yeah.
Aliens are running around with mattress factories and sweet shops.
Hey, you could probably be touching on things because they say that the reptile reptilian empires here already. So what if they happen to be in the money? But still, seriously though,
We all know Operation Mock. Sorry, Hidden Current, mate.
No, I was just going to say, couldn't it just be a distraction? There's money everywhere in this. There is money.
Do you know the only reason the money thing? Because I thought that for a while too. The only reason that doesn't make sense to me anymore is because the people that want you to believe in aliens are the same people that print the money. They're also the same people that funnel billions in black project money anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need a reason to do it. They'll just take it. They lost trillions just before 9/11, didn't they?
Yeah,
you know, so,
3.2.
Yeah.
I would honestly say it's a good point, Hidden. It works as a distraction. It's like, look at this, we're actually doing that. You know what I mean? We're coming up to the election, so there's a lot of hype of UFOs at the moment. You've been talking about it, guys, on your Spotify, so I think that plays a big part of it. Also, I've been reading a lot about Operation Mockingbird and how the CIA sort of infiltrated the mainstream media, but also the truth movement as well. So they're pushing the truth movement in certain different directions. So saying that we know the truth, it's not at all. We don't know the truth. You know, we're finding the truth, but you still have certain organizations pushing people in different directions. Look at ufology. Look at the mess that it is now. And that was clearly done on purpose by people that has been coming, not naming who they are, that we all know who they are, has actually literally putting people in categories and split the community apart. And we're all arguing with each other. It's because that's done on purpose. And I think this is the sort of the same thing that's happened with Operation Mockingbird. It's literally disbanded the truth movement, UFO community, and even people in the mainstream media as well.
It was that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'd say it easy 15 years ago. The UFO stuff, it was like really cool. But there's so much fighting, and it's within. Like, I see it in my field. I'm not into, like, guys, I ain't into the government stuff. But what I see when people are talking and critiquing certain people's footage, it's really in depth and it's really kind of strange. Like, I think there's some misinformation going on in there.
Well, let's think about it like this. Look at 15 years ago, Hidden. I mean, the DOD and the CIA wasn't in such full effect into all of this like they are now. They are present and more than they've ever been in a really long time. And it's just like full force, bro. And they're not going anywhere, I don't see them going anywhere.
It used to be just certain things that you would get from the CIA X-Files or the FBI files, but you're right. These especially DOE.
Yeah, I mean, TTSA brought a lot of that over first. I mean, that was all CIA. I mean, it's crazy to see. I mean, yeah, you had Elizondo in there, you had DOD, you had to put off in there, you have these people in there, but that was what kind of rose this whole scenario back up the last 10 years to prior to what it was. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, dude, it was just like you go on YouTube and you check out the cool alien videos and you get some new stories and you go over Bob Lazar and John Lear and you have some fun with it. It's like now that when they wanted to take it serious, that was when the Department of Defense stepped in. Like, oh, let's take it serious, but we're going to be here when we do. And
every so often you'd get something really good. Like I remember the helicopter footage from I believe it was police. Is it in Sussex? Do you guys remember that one? They're following like a source of shape object.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I do
remember that jogs a memory.
But you would get things like that really cool. Now it's like, like what can I say? What's his name? Sean Kirkpatrick. Did I say it right?
Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I mean, what he was doing as well. I mean, I thought he was doing all right. I don't know though. I mean, from a footage point of view, I thought he was doing all right because he was explaining what you're looking at. I don't know what you guys think because I know he got fired. Everybody hated him, and I didn't know why. I can't say either way, one way or the other, because I don't know much about the guy other than his name, and I saw what he was doing with the footage.
Yeah, I mean, over time with him, he seemed to not be as truthful or very trustworthy. I mean, there's a lot of shaky ground with him. I mean, he had lied about when he had like been involved with a meeting with Brandon Fugel and the Armed Service Committee. That was a really big bad moment for him when he got caught in that photo that he was there at that Skinwalker Ranch kind of briefing that they were going over. And then when it came out that when he was leaving Arrow, he had picked up a job with Oak Ridge National Lab, DOE. Everybody kind of, was like, okay, how much can we really trust this guy now? I mean, he's going to these places where he was supposed to be looking into them and investigating. So it just ended up not very good for him. Didn't smell right at the very end for him. Yeah.
I think I have a video that can release. This is the craziest part, is that the UFO world wants confirmation of, they already have a preformed idea of extraterrestrial life. Most of them do. And they want it confirmed. They want the government. So when the government gives a little, you get so many of these alternative channels, creative thinkers, brilliant. Some of these people are truly brilliant minds that run these, alt news sites, that run these conspiracy theory sites. And it all ends up the same way. And I don't think I have the eloquence in my words to put it. So I'm going to share it in video format of what happens when the government gets together with these smaller channels and how it ends up. This is how every relationship, anyone who gets involved with, I have a government whistleblower, I have a government insider, it all ends up one way. So there is our happy little UFO researcher in red, and the horse is going to be the government. See how excited he is? Everybody's happy to be there. He gets to show, hey guys, I have this government insider that's going to give us disclosure, right? The horse is disclosure. Here he comes, disclosure. He's so look at that. Look at that. Oh, let the anticipation build. Let the anticipation build. He is so happy to have disclosure. He's look at that. Look at the happiness. Look at the joy. You know what that is? That's a brand new YouTuber. All right, that's a brand new YouTuber. That's X chatting out there on the X lives, making it happen. Oh, he's bringing it to his friends. These guys, oh shit. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, yeah, that's, and you can figure out what happens to the channel and the truth movement every time.
Dear God. I hope there was no one hurt in the recording of that.
It was. That's why I stopped it.
God.
Wow.
There's a reason the phrase is "wild horses couldn't drag me away." That's...
Jesus.
No, I think his name was Jesus, but whatever. Was
like the
fucking hell, at least
definitely a Diddy party.
Yeah, but at least Diddy used oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what happens, though, man.
Some things you just can't unsee now.
That's, I mean, let's be real though. That's so much. There's always so much pumped in the disclosure. They're going to get it, and then without fail, they just bend everybody over there. Like they're the little guy in the red shirt, just so happy to be. Look at the stallion I got. We're going to show the world. No, it's not at all what's going to happen. You weren't leading them; they were leading you. And I think getting off that path, what we're doing with Spotify, again, check us out on Spotify or Spreaker, 5 stars, Alien Addict podcast, where we go live 5 days, or not live, but we have 5 shows a week, sometimes more. We'll see what happens in the future. That's the only way you can do it, man. If you stay in this madness world of disclosure and leakers, and we're trying to figure it out, and I'm not encouraging everyone to leave. I'm just saying, think about it, right? Think about it. Their whole means is distraction and to break people apart. We know for a fact we have the same insiders talking to different parties on different sides of arguments, right? Like they know that. They know there's sock puppet accounts. People are obviously being manipulated. But they can't let it go because all they had to do was feel special and recognized in this world that, like YouTube, right? Shitting all over us. So you get a government insider and suddenly you're getting 50,000 views, 100,000 views, million views. You're on the inside track. You must be doing right. Are you? Then you get that weird sensation in your stomach and you're like, I don't like what's going on. Little do you know that was the flirtation period. Now you're getting your guts packed and you're going to do what you're told. Right. So
Well, it's interesting too. You're even seeing like the government people that are behind the scenes kind of pushing a lot of this at this point. They're even fracturing. They're even fracturing. They're arguing now. You know, they can't keep their own story straight and stay on the same team. So it's like all of it's been fracturing for a while. It's just weird. It's kind of all coming to a head at this point. Yeah.
Do you actually think that we're ever going to get it, or do you think they're going to pull a blue beam at some point? Do you think we will get it? Everybody will get it all at once, or do you think we can actually get them to admit to it, to whatever what? And I'm not saying it's alien because I don't know what it is. I don't even know what I'm saying. Do you think that we're just going to get the shock of our life with something all at once, or do you think it's going to be a gradual build up, you know, with hearings and what have you? Because me personally, I don't know about the hearings. I feel like we're just going to get the full. We're going to get that. We're going to get that full horse.
all the euphemisms and analogies Ali's using are really just that horse taking that guy. I told you it is the perfect image for this conversation.
Oh man, Dave, you knocked that one out the park, man.
That horse's penis was the size of that man.
It's true. True.
It's okay. His intestines will make room for it.
Oh, I didn't have a choice. It didn't have a choice.
I gotta go.
It was as thick as his leg.
Yeah, he was coughing up yogurt after that session. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you something. We don't have to end the YouTube channel.
I think Fear Factor ended with something with a horse too, right? So I guess you guys are in good company, right?
Hell of a lot of cum.
Oh, Waltz would have won that one.
How much cum was it
that he drank? Enough to have to go to the hospital over.
Wasn't a pint. I think
That's
it's a pint.
crazy.
A pint of cum.
Just protein. It'd be fine, probably.
I don't know, Ali. We might, maybe, but I don't know. I still think at some point you probably would have to make a deal with the MIC and a lot of this stuff. A lot of these private contractors.
You said about the pint of cum.
No. I don't know if they'd ever really just willingly come out and say it. I don't know. Look at the UAPDA, dude. That didn't even get looked at this year, dude. That got absolutely just blew past. Like they didn't even care. You know,
what was that? What's the UAPDA? What's that?
That's the Disclosure Act. This entire legislation that was coming through, which Mellon and Grush and Elizondo all had part in. That was all about. I mean, in the long story short, it's all about kind of giving like this alley-oop to these corporations and everybody to do disclosure. Put together a panel. Of like a presidential appointed a panel where they can start taking all of these UFO files from the CIA, the DOE, every agency that you can think of, come up with a disclosure plan and start disseminating this out, over time. And that got absolutely blown past again. So like I said, I don't personally believe in like this drip disclosure process. I think when you look at stuff that happens with the UAPDA, they're not interested in telling you, dude. Like they're not. Like that's why that stuff's not going through. I mean, it's like the hearings that are coming up are going to be interesting, but I mean, you can't bet that you're going to get disclosure in November or December. I still think that that's way out of reach, most likely, right? I mean, just to be honest about it, like
it makes me wonder if we've already had it, right? If you were listening carefully, I think we probably have already had it.
Just for what you want, yeah, but it depends on what you want, right? I mean, some people just. What has been said already is enough. Some people want the video and the bodies, Dave. They want it.
What if there are no bodies to video?
Maybe.
Yeah. I found a person by accident, and I've been trying to get them to allow me to release this, but they won't. So I'm going to talk broadly around it since it's the last show and all.
Are we getting them on the podcast?
I'm still talking. Basically, I'm talking to them and they're just being silent. So I'll win them over in time. If the dick pics don't do it, I don't know what's left. I'll send them a horse video
to me.
Oh, then fuck! I ain't even talking to the right person. That explains why I haven't heard back. Oops.
I've just been
so this person was one of the when the UAP task force, ATIP, whatever, when it was first initially formed, this particular person was a military officer involved from the beginning and all the way through until he went out. He's written some books, not on the subject. He's an interesting character. I would love to get him on because he's someone that this world would greatly benefit. This genre of world would greatly benefit from hearing from. But all he wants to do is just live his quiet, retired life. It's frustrating, and at the same time, I absolutely understand because he would bring absolute crazy shit to his doorstep. Yeah, but so unless guys like that are willing to come forward and just nuke their lives, their personal lives, which it absolutely would. I don't see it in an official capacity moving forward because the government won't let it. And they will punish him for doing it, for stepping out of bounds.
I mean, if you just look at JFK's assassination and the documents that were supposed to be released in 2016, if we can't get those documents released, how the hell are we supposed to get disclosure? I mean, really, when you think about it, until we get that simple point of who was involved, and we all know who was involved with the JFK assassination, was the Nazis. But we need the proof of that because it was in the documents, so we can actually find out the links to everything. And at the moment, we have not got any scratch of evidence. Well, we do have bits and pieces, but the full bulk of the documents has not been released. If we can't have that, how are we going to get disclosure?
I think you're right, Dave. Somebody has to take one for the team, dude. I don't think there's really much way around it. You know what I mean?
You want to see the video again?
Maybe after the show.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I think so, man. I mean, look, it was really cool what Grush did, right? Going out there and speaking in front of Congress on the road. That's really cool. But look, we still don't have the answer. So it's great, but it still doesn't get us there. You know, we need more.
Do you ever wonder if it's actually for us? Like, because
hopefully the horse isn't, you know.
Yeah, hopefully not the horse. But like, I wonder whether this is just to get it out into like sort of the public zeitgeist, so that people much younger than us, you know, like in their like teens and preteens, they will grow for whatever reason. The people behind this want them to believe.
That's a fucking amazing point.
There comes the horse. Oh
God! Why?
Is that a robot? Is that a robot version of her?
I tell you what, after the horse video, I am fucking confused at what he's going to do to her.
Oh no,
she scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's very comfortable. She's totally relaxed to be there.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
You know the two little girls from The Shining. She reminds me of them.
A retarded.
Oh yeah, those two were
retarded,
girls,
right?
Yeah.
Like a malformed abortion that somehow lived.
Yeah, those two girls from The Shining wouldn't play with her. They'd be like,
they wouldn't.
Like, she creeps me out.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure we get on YouTube Kids. So between the horse and this, we're there.
Well, I mean, look, I think that every generation, like our generation, I think was probably the first one that's maybe ready for it, for whatever it ends up being. But I think every generation after us and it gets easier every time. I think it'll get better and better and more aligned for it. Yeah.
What do you think this? What was this?
This is exactly why I follow you guys. You guys seem to actually try to get to some kind of truth. We do. And make horse dick jokes. And it doesn't need to be a single topic or narrative. Correct. All of it isn't mutually exclusive. All of these things can exist.
What he's saying is our conversation has length and girth.
Oh, yeah. And force, baby. Force. But where can I support you now? Go to the Discord. That'll probably be something coming in the future. We've been talking about. We're just trying to figure out how to execute it. Other than that, listen and share the show. Rate it. That matters.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the fact that our podcast is properly monetized. We should be getting ad reads and stuff like that in the future too. Nobody likes adverts, but feel like happy in the knowledge that just listening to the fucking show supports us. You know, like when we might do something in the future with Patreon and things like that, but at the moment we're not.
Well, pretty soon we're making his own adverts, and they'll be fun.
Exactly. So yeah, just listening to the show supports us.
I'll tell you something. I could have done with that horse's dick in the States.
What?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I couldn't shit for a week, if you remember.
Yeah, that wouldn't have helped, Ollie.
No, that's just because of the things we were doing to you while we drugged you. It's called impacted.
No, did he?
Don't remember meeting Diddy.
It was the oddest thing. I literally couldn't like Lee woke up in the middle of the night. So me and Lee were staying at
oh God,
at the top floor.
Tell him all about it, buddy.
And we had a toilet. So where Dave is now, there is a toilet next to him with a curtain. Okay, and like in the middle of the night, if one of us needed a dump, you'd hear that person having a dump. And like Lee just woke up one night and went, Ollie, I went, yeah. He says, you all right? No, I couldn't shit for days.
And then the best thing was, like, every morning, because like I am regular as clockwork, so I could show off, and so whenever I was going for a poo, I could tell them about it. It was great.
Ollie,
Probably smell it.
Having a poo.
Nothing like prison life.
Bob, you sexy man, adding to the piggy bank. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you,
Yeah.
mate.
But this is the last time people have got a chance to super chat us, so you might as well do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, we're going to survive on YouTube AdSense for the next few years. Appreciate you, Bob. Thank you, mate.
AdSense.
Which is literally what they pay you.
Yeah.
Well, come on, let's get on to it. 2027. As we spoke about this on our last show. Everybody in the chat, if you haven't already, at least put the Spotify link in the description. The show was a banger. It was about an hour and 10 minutes. We spoke about 2027. Jesus Christ, 3 beers in. So I don't do it anymore. What do you boys think is going to go down? Do you think we're going to get some? Does it feel like anything's going to happen?
Yeah, they're going to say 2030.
What I don't understand. This is where I'm lost. Why 2027? Is something been put on the calendar that's going to happen?
I think the rumor is they're going to come back and get their ships, come back and get stuff that's crashed. I think that's what people are saying.
Who's saying this?
Just that's the campfire. That's the water cooler. People are saying that they're coming back. I think Jason Sands makes a mention of that at some point they're going to come back and get the tech that we've taken from them or something like that. But I don't know if he said that in exact relation to 2027. I can't remember. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but there was something that was similar to that. Yeah.
Trust me, bros.
Have you guys seen them buzzing the base? All these drones.
Langley? Yeah.
17 nights.
Sure.
Straight. And Lee showed me the redacted. Redacted is just. In fact, you explain it, Lee. She explained
Redacted. I forgot the guy's name, Ollie. What's the D'Souza? What's his first name?
Is it John
Yeah.
D'Souza?
It is.
Redacted just
Fox Mulder.
Re-uploaded the interview they did with D'Souza from 2023 because of things that have gone on over the last 12 months or maybe over the last 6 months. And it makes for interesting listening now because you are using a touch of hindsight on it. But when he starts talking about the fact that we would move from COVID to a, how did he say it? Omni catastrophe, something like that. I can't remember what the actual term was. He said where we will be. He said the sightings will go up, UFO talk will go up, natural disasters and like emergencies that are a threat to public health will go up. And he believes this is all a ramping up towards a fake alien invasion. That I think he back then quoted as being like 2027 as well. I don't know. Like again, there's a reason it's being talked about. That's all I keep going back to. Is there's a reason it's talked about. the idea of like the idea of aliens coming here in 2027, that's what they're preparing for, doesn't make sense to me, because like supposedly they're here anyway. So what Joe, so it's one or the other. There's either UFOs that are here or we're waiting for them to come back. So you can't have two of them. Unless all of the stuff we see is pretty much 90% human technology.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, I used to kind of giggle at the thought of Blue Beam, but like we got the tech to do it. If we wanted to do something like that, we 100% could. Like at this point. Yeah. I don't really see why not. No. The only thing that was interesting about the Langley thing to me too was they said 17 days. You know, Fravor talked about how they seen those Tic Tacs for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting kind of correlation there in that time frame. I don't know. Maybe means nothing, but it was still interesting kind of correlation.
Did you hear about the size of those things?
No.
How big were they, Dave? The size of a car?
About 17 horse cocks.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I think it depends on the horse. Right? They're not all equal. So, but yeah, about the size of a car.
On the AHC scale, like average horse cock.
Oh, average horse cock. Well, they're probably 12 length and like 30 girth.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Everybody knows that though.
New wave measurement.
One of the interesting things D'Souza did say that when he was talking about the like the Tic Tac and like terrestrial aircraft that we could confuse with UFOs. He said that they weren't. The government didn't believe they were US made. Oh, sorry, they believe they were US made, but not US government made. They don't believe they were Chinese, and they don't believe they were like another foreign national. He believed that they were essentially like what we would refer to as the deep state, World Economic Forum, breakaway civilization type thing.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's so the likes of your Lockheed and Raytheon were definitely involved in creating these things, but they weren't creating them for like a government entity. They were creating it for the entity that above that controls governments.
The highest bidder, right? That's the whole point.
Well, that would be. I mean, fuck me. Like Klaus Schwab does look like a Bond baddie, and like that's a Bond script, isn't it? Like what you do. Yeah. I'm gonna secretly make a like ultra high performance tech army that I'm gonna confuse the world into thinking they're being attacked by aliens. Like, okay, awesome. But
well, you ain't gonna break away in a 747 anyway, so you gotta have something better than that, right?
Yeah, well, but that's the only one. I mean, like, we are talking in like the densest of conspiracy circles here, but that's the only one that makes sense to me. If there's a blue beam, that I don't believe it would be ultranational cooperation between governments. I think it would have to be some sort of entity that supersedes governments and doesn't think of itself as, also maybe doesn't think of itself is the wrong word, doesn't respect the sovereignty of land, which would essentially be like a globalist agenda, wouldn't it?
Sure.
But where do you think they're coming from? Where do you boys think they're actually coming from? Do you think they're coming from space?
At this point, I have no idea.
Like, really, if you put your hands on heart,
gun to head.
Yeah, gun to head. Where do you? And this is not for these two boys, because I pretty much know what they're going to say.
Okay.
I think I know what they're going to say, but for you three, where do you think they're coming from? If you're really honest, because you must have that kind of like percentage where you think, hang on, yeah, they're coming from the inner hole inside Earth, or they're coming from Mars.
I'm gonna have to quote Sebastian from The Little Mermaid, and I think they're coming from under the sea. I'm playing. I'll be serious now.
That's good.
No, I'll be serious. I think there's many things.
You don't know. You can't say you don't know.
I think there's many things, but I think more what we're seeing, the majority of what we're seeing, I think possibly interdimensional. Because the reason why I'm saying that is a lot of these things that we're seeing, they seem to be more spiritual. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if that
Like
sounded
the
a bit
orbs,
weird.
right? The orbs. Hidden?
Yeah. It seems to be quite a bit of them.
Hidden.
But
We've just spoke about aliens for an hour. What you said didn't sound a bit weird. It was fine.
all right. I'm lighting up.
I mean, I put on a movie of a horse cock. You're fucking right in there. You're right in with us, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Forgot about that. I nearly erased that out of my mind.
I got it right here. I put it right back up. You don't delete something like that.
Oh, that was funny, man. That was funny.
What do you think, Nick?
Not for the guy that got the horse on his back. No,
was that a guy or a woman?
It doesn't. It
Was that
doesn't
a guy or
matter.
woman?
Does it?
Either way.
Don't
He's a woman now.
It's not polite to ask.
That's right.
Would it make it more okay if it was a woman?
Definitely.
At this point,
But
I don't know.
I love the fact that in 2024 we are more scared of misgendering someone than showing a video of a horse trying to rape a human being.
For one, the horse didn't try. All right, I stopped it. That shit was successful. Carry on.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick. What do you think it is? You can't say you don't know. You got to pick.
I mean, looking into ufology since I was a kid, I've always got the idea that these aliens, greys, come from an extraterrestrial craft from another planet, basically. But through the past 5 years, through my shamanic realms, I started to realize that possibility that these are interdimensional. So I'm kind of on both spectrums when it comes to this. It's a tricky one. I've expanded my mind when it comes to this topic, and exactly where they're coming from, I have no idea, mate. I'm sorry, I really don't have the answers. I'm so kind of new to this side of the extra dimensional realm. It's hard to put a finger on it, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen things, but I wouldn't say they're like aliens. I've seen like entities, but you could say aliens could potentially be entities if you're looking at it from that realm.
Indeed.
So it's and like you mentioned, Hidden, about, I think it was you, Matt, talking about orbs you see in the sky. Now we see that when we take photographs in haunted locations, we see orbs, and maybe that's connected together. So you're really going off different realms here. So for me, it's like I'm just like going around trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Well, you remember Crawley when he was asked to draw Law, the guy who gave him the
Lamb.
one that
Lamb.
That's it. Thank you. You remember when he drew Lamb?
Mm-hmm.
And
It's great.
and there you go.
Yeah.
Possibilities. I'm not saying it is.
Oh.
He needs to get fucked by a horse cock.
Oh no. You're just bold, man. You're bold. Don't he look like one of those dudes from Star Trek, though?
Hey,
Rich.
Yeah. How's it going, buddy?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, fellas?
I see that
It's going.
all the hurricanes, dude.
Oh yeah, man, it was fun.
I'm glad to see.
Hold on, I'm getting feedback. It's got to be something I'm doing here. Oh yeah, let me turn this off. Hold on. Okay, sorry about
Rich. Long time no see, man. How you doing?
that. Who said that?
I think that was Lee.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How you been?
Still alive. That's me, Hidden. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
I recognize the voice.
All right, man. I'm going back now. I'm smoking.
I'm just sitting here looking at all the beautiful smiles. I'm enthralled.
We gotta be happy with sometimes in UFOs. You know, we gotta be happy.
Why is this the last live?
We're shifting over to permanently to audio, like permanently to like we go 5 times a week now, like every night of the work week on audio, and it's not worth continuing doing the live streams for what we can get if we concentrate more on the audio.
Okay. Well, that's what it's about, getting as many people listening listening as possible. I always liked audio more than video, but I need the video to show what I'm doing, but I like the mystery that you can create in your own mind, like what's going on, you know?
Yeah. We like to play videos just to still annoy people.
Yep.
Who doesn't? But it's nice to see everybody. I'm glad you guys are all here. Yeah. Thanks for the invite, by the way, too. And the well wishes and the well wishes for the hurricane.
Yeah, man, I just realized I muted my mic. I can't believe you stayed. I can't believe you stayed when that thing was hitting. Is that because your parents you needed to stay with your parents, or?
Yeah, I had to. My place, every tree blocked like all the entrances. So if I would have stayed, I made a last minute decision to leave. And if I would have stayed, I would have been screwed. I would have been without food and power for 2 days. So stayed at my parents'. I took everything, all my electronics. I mean, you name it, it came with me, speakers and everything.
Yeah, I watched your live stream where you said, "Yeah, I'm finally actually living at my parents'."
Oh yeah, man, it was crazy. I think it was like 80-mile-an-hour winds at one time. You'd think it's going to be a lot worse, but it wasn't so bad where we were. But 200 miles south. Thank God it changed direction, or I would have lost my home for sure. My neighbors had some issues, like it flooded horribly. It was amazing. It was just amazing. Never want to do that again.
Did you lose anything like stuff wise with the flood? No,
nothing. Just a little sunflower spinner out front.
Oh, that's good.
So there was no like trees in your neighborhood just flattened and things like that. Is it?
Yeah, they're still down. They can't get them all. I mean, it's crazy. Everywhere I go, there's trees down. I drove all the way to Orlando yesterday, and everything was still flooded off the freeway. Trees down, piles of shit everywhere. It's crazy. They're working like mad. They had 2 hurricanes come by.
How many people shifted out? Was the whole place empty?
It was, yeah. Like everywhere I drove and I saw was just dead. And I would have to say over 1 million people, 1.5 million people evacuated. Wow. From what I heard, I heard upwards to 3 million, which is possible. We got a lot of people here in Florida.
Did a lot of people's houses get like burgled? Like the people that had left?
I thought that somebody came into my place because my screen door was open and I locked it. But I'm sure it's happened. But nobody talks about it, though. Nobody wants to hear about that. Oh, my God, I'm not going to leave because the last time those people got robbed. You don't want to say that. So you want people to get the hell out. And I'd be happy if I lived. If my house got destroyed and I stayed home, what's the use? It's just stuff, so. And if you do get burgled, your insurance will take care of it if you have it. Burgled. Great word.
Well, man, I'm glad you're good. Rich, what do you think? 2027, do you think that's going to be the disclosure day?
Yeah. No, never. It's never going to happen. Why 2027? What did I miss?
Said never.
That's what I said.
Never.
Yeah, because it is.
The aliens are coming back to get their shit.
Every year they're coming back, I thought. Yeah. 2012 was supposed to be the all of, that was it, but it didn't happen.
That was it. Exactly. That's what I brought up earlier. It's like the 2012 effect. It's all over again. It's just a cycle, baby. It just keeps on going. So
right?
See that 2012 stuff I never understood because I understood the calendar. I understood the calendar.
You understood my calendar. When you don't understand life half of the time.
No, I understood the calendar was called the long count.
Yeah.
And what the long count does, it just resets itself because it's following an astrological path. Like when it resetted itself, it reset itself to follow the path of Aquarius. Because now we're in the age of Aquarius, astrologically. You following me?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm trying.
And that's what that calendar did. I knew that. So I was telling people around me that that's all bullshit, man. Nothing's gonna end. It just restarts because it's the calendar was a circle, which their belief system is a circle represents infinity. It's no end. It was never to be an end.
27,000 year galactic reset and alignment.
Well, it just follows.
Right.
We'll go into another age in the astrological chart. That's all it is. That's all it was.
So much fun.
Rich, how long have you been in this field for? Out in the field. How long you? Yeah, it is in the field. How long you been doing this for now?
20 years this year.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, and I'm finally starting to put the videos back up, so there'll be some dots going up. Yep.
In all that time you've been doing this, yeah, because you covered a lot of the real stuff, like which all you other guys do, yeah. What I mean by the real stuff is the stuff that's going on with government and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any disclosure or change from the government in that 20 years? Because you can remember where you started, so from where you're at.
It's so much different. Everything's politicized now. When I first got in the field, you weren't supposed to talk about politics in ufology. Oh, don't do that. People hate that. And I'm like, but that's what it is. And I couldn't understand why. But eventually, you know, after what's his name came around, Tom DeShlong and Galagonzo, it all went political because the government, the Pentagon, the 3 videos and so on and so forth. It was just all about money, trying to get this money for whatever, cover up the real shit. It always is. It's always about that. See, I'm at the belief now where I don't think there are aliens at all. And the little caskets that they found at Roswell, they were little. Is Ollie talking? I'm sorry. Did you say something, bro? Are you muted?
No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I want you to. I definitely. That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh.
What do you think it actually is?
I think it was something that came from Germany. And they were testing with either little people, midgets, and because they could fit in little compartments, or they put chimpanzees that were trained or some sort of animal to follow color codes and things like that to maybe fly it in the direction they want, whatever. And maybe it just got out of control and it just kept going and it crashed and people think they were little aliens. And if they were monkeys, the fingers would be weird. Maybe they got chopped off, they got burned and singed, who knows? But you hear the 3 fingers and the suction cups on the ends, and I don't know, but it could be they could have been burned. The fingers just could have had blisters on them for all we know. I mean, I want to see the pictures. I thought that stuff was going to come. What was it?
It could have been mutated as well. When you look at you hear about the stuff that Nazi doctors were doing to people back then. You could have easily mocked something up, and who knows if that wasn't maybe they were part of some sort of super soldier type program.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can just throw a dart at any hypothesis, really, because we don't know.
Yeah.
But in the end, I think it's just a cover up for something that had to do with the end of the war, whatever, spying and all that stuff. I don't know. Hey, the balloons are still showing up and nobody's doing anything about them over here. Chinese balloon.
What do you think it is then when you say I don't believe it's aliens anymore? What do you actually think the phenomena is?
Man, it's something that we just don't understand because it's been going on forever, right? Even before we were around, thousands of years ago. So I don't know. It would have to be, believe it or not, and I hate to say it, it could be something demonic. It could be something that has been with the earth, born with the earth, and it's an energy we don't understand. And maybe when there's people around, it gets frustrated and attacks, and maybe it does weird stuff and it shows itself, but we don't understand what we're seeing as a shadow or whatever. Because I don't know. I think ghosts and the aliens are all tied together somehow. So maybe the demon and angel theory is the right way to go. Hey, that's cool.
Well, he sort of interrupt you.
No, not at all. I love it. I'm used to it.
See, now I don't feel.
Thank you for the knock 200. I don't know what a knock is.
Well, thank you.
$20
because I don't feel so strange in what I said earlier. Then
you can't. None of us should, because nobody knows the truth. So everything's good and everything's bad. I always say that everybody's right and everybody's wrong. Because we don't know. Why don't they release those documents? Come on, man. 80 years.
I mean,
they don't.
Do you not remember last year they said they were going to do it. Last year, News Nation said that the Roswell documents were going to get released this year. Never did. Never happened.
Same with the Kennedy thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I heard.
Interrupted you.
Burchett is saying that Trump's going to definitely do it. You know, he's going to pull the cover off. Yeah, okay.
But they can't do. The presidents can't do anything without a written authorization from some place that ain't going to give him it. Am I correct? I don't know the names. I don't know the names of these organizations, but just because you're a president, you can't walk into certain buildings and take certain files and hand them to the public. You have to get written authorization.
For some things you do, yeah.
Well, plus, I mean, you're talking about a program that's not even connected to the normal mainstream government, anyways. I wouldn't even believe that he could get fully read in if there was something like that going on, anyway. I just don't see how it's possible.
It's always why say this kind of shit if it's untrue,
right?
You know, I can't do it, but still I'm gonna do it.
Well, you can tell it's still like the UFO topic of this election has been popular, dude. All these politicians have been talking about it way more than ever before. Yep. It is a big deal. They know there's a lot of interest involved with this for sure. Yeah,
and interest makes votes.
For sure. Yeah, Trump's went back and forth. He said, I'm not really a believer. And I hear some interesting things. That's that town out there in Nevada or out there in New Mexico, Roswell. It's interesting. You ever heard of that town? And then he's, maybe I would tell you. Now I will tell you. It's all over the place with him. I don't trust it. I just don't.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's a politician. They're all politicians. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we never 20 years ago, nobody would ever talk about this in an election period. It would be joked. They'd be laughed at. Forget it. They wouldn't even have a chance. It's crazy.
But but the government and has been stoking the fires of it because, it's brought a lot of new people to the table. If you know what I'm saying.
It has. Well, that's what we have to hope happens. If they really want to disclose whatever the phenomenon is, if it's not aliens, maybe that's why they're not. But maybe 20 years, a couple of generations down the road that get used to hearing it the way they're hearing it now, maybe it'll be more accepted. You get these old codgers out of Congress. They live in the Bible Belt. They don't, everything's demons with them. You can't, no. Those people got to die. And once they're out, and then we have these new brains in there that think like we do, I think may have a shot by 2045.
Do you think Rogan's going to
be around? I won't be around to see that.
I won't either.
Do you think Rogan will get the question in about aliens and UFOs with Trump?
Yeah. Well, Joe Rogan, of course. It'll be good for the news.
He's got to, hasn't he?
What's that?
He's got to. He's got to.
Yeah. He will.
Trump's always answered that question with a five word answer, and it's usually I've got more shit to worry about. But he's not president at the moment, so I'm wondering what he'll come out with.
I'm afraid nothing. It's nice to think, though.
Do you think the president actually knows anything?
No. No, I think they were told stuff, from Jay Stratton and other people, maybe, Christopher Mellon, the fairy tale stories that people hear about. They don't know. They can't. How can you? You can't tell Trump anything. He'll tell everybody. Or will he? I don't know. I don't trust him either. But you know, what are you going to do? He might be able to save our country here, save the world.
Yeah, it's
financially.
To my knowledge, he doesn't swallow horse cum. So that's my vote.
Have you seen the video, Rich? Have you seen the video?
No,
I've heard though.
Doesn't want to see the video. We
I have the video.
Send it to him privately.
No,
Yeah.
come on. This is for YouTube kids. Let's put it on the show. It's the only way we can get this thing going in the aggregate.
Keep me off that email chain, please. I don't need it.
Talking about I'm hosting it with your name at Gmail.
I mean, I've heard about going out with a bang, but I've never heard about going out with a horse's dick. You know,
that's just because you didn't grow up in the South. All right, everybody knows that Oregon here.
So, Rich, what do you why do you think it's been so publicized then? You know, like over the years, you know, with the hearings and stuff like that. Because, like, you know, we talked about before. Like, I've always said that, you know, for some reason they want my mum and dad and everybody else to believe in aliens, when for years it was, you know, it was a joke subject, like you say. Like, you know, you wouldn't have brought it up in an election. I think Clinton was the first one, wasn't she? To really address it. Like, she said if she got in over Trump, she was going to release like UFO files. I think she was the first one to call them UAPs as well, wasn't she?
Yeah,
in public,
Jimmy, right?
Yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel. She's
Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a weird acronym, but I think, people think that they've changed. I don't know what you guys believe, but they're saying, oh, they're trying to change it from UFO to UAP. But that's not how it originally happened. UAP is for government issued. People in the government military who've seen UFOs, they report them as UAPs, but civilians report them as UFOs to separate the two. And then it got all mixed up with all the bad mainstream media play that, oh, they're trying to change it to UAP because that's all they kept saying. Because that's what they were talking about, the 3 military videos. And that's why they kept saying UAP, UAP, UAP. But it still is UFO for the civilians, I think. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's changed now to UAP, or people still going to use UFO?
The first time I heard UAP, I thought I heard UAP, was what Lee just said there with Hillary Clinton. But I watched Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, and I think it's from 2004, with my children for the first time the other day. And if you remember the scene when Iron Man shoots past those 2 jets, they say UAP. And I'm like, what?
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's the original Iron Man? And they report Iron Man as a UAP.
I think that's
2007, isn't it?
Wow.
So I know we've said for a long time why they're trying to change it. I think it's very much been a military Air Force term for a long time.
I remember it being UFO. I remember them saying UFO. Who else in the chat? Telling you, man, this is a Mandela effect.
I heard them referring to things as USAPs the other day, Unique Special Access Program, and that was a new one on me.
You mean unacknowledged special access program?
Was it unacknowledged special access program? Was it?
Yeah. I still like UFO. I don't like saying UAP. I feel weird now saying it. Like when they first started kind of switching over, it was all right, but it just feels dirty to me now. I don't like it. I stick back to saying UFO. Yeah.
Do you think they changed the word UFO to UAP just to sort of start new, fresh, because it was a bit of a stigma to the word UFO? But I think
true.
I personally think,
so,
why, let's keep it to UFO. Let's actually not stigmatize it anymore and actually put it into something that's a bit more positive. I stick with UFO. I never call it UAP. That's a more governmental term, in my opinion.
But I think you might be onto something there, because I heard that somewhere. That's why they were using it so much. But that's what the mainstream media was saying. It's not true. They just made it up, I think. But, maybe they want us to say UAP, but I can't. Even when I read stories and it says UAP, I say UFO. in replace of it.
Well, it's interesting because like Elizondo was such a big UAP guy. He loved saying UAP, and on the front of his book it says UFOs. I mean, I'm sure it's for marketing purposes, but like he didn't even stick with that with the cover of his book, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
His whole thing was UAP. What a fraud. Oh my God.
Didn't you go out and ask people? I watched you asking people about if they knew what the word UAP was in public.
Oh yeah. And nobody knew. Just one guy knew.
Yeah.
He was a lawyer. Yeah. But nobody knew. They go, and then, you know, I was with the Cousins brothers. We were on Santa Monica Pier when we were doing that. Yeah. Nobody knew. They're like, oh, I don't know. Are we getting attacked by aliens? You know, and people thought we were going to be attacked because they kept saying threat at the time. So people really thought we were going to be attacked by aliens. That was the theme we kept hearing. It's weird.
Yeah, even David Grush. I mean, walk around and ask people if they know who David. They don't know who he is still. They still don't. You think it would be the biggest thing, and everybody could talk to you about it, but they don't. You know,
they don't. That's a good one. I want to do that. I'm going to start asking people. Yeah, do you know David Grush? Is he an actor? You know, it's like what?
Well, even like half Congress doesn't even know the guy still. It's like I get it, but at the same time, it's like you still think it would be a big deal. I mean, don't even like try to ask about the UAPDA. They don't know what the hell is going on with that either. It's nothing, you know.
As much as like I hear people taking the piss out of these people, like David Grush and that. How's anybody going to ever stand a chance in this field, like with the community, when if somebody's going to give you information without giving any information, but trying to tell you something in code to give you some sort of, is it a soft disclosure, whatever it is, you're never going to get that full disclosure that you need. And I think it is going to come in little bits, but we don't trust any of them. So it's, to me, it's really, it's crazy because this is what we've always wanted, but that we don't trust the people that are coming out and telling us this, these whistleblowers. We have no trust in them, but yet we've been wanting this forever.
That's just a section of the world at large, though, isn't it? Like we have, I think this is very much since the pandemic. We've lost faith in pretty much all institutions globally.
That's true.
I'm very happy about that, by the way. I've never had any faith, and I'm glad that every fucker on the street's just as miserable and panicked as I am now. We're all in the same fucking canoe. It's leaking and raining, brother.
The thing is, they take too long in between things. It's just, what are they doing? I mean, now it's going to be another year for another whistleblower. I mean, they got to keep it going, keep the public interested. It can't do it 1 year after another. It's got to be 3 times a year, every 3-4 months. It's bullshit. Everything comes out and then nobody does anything for a year. Everybody forgets about all the shit they said a year ago and they start all over. They can never get ahead.
It's not only that, but no, you're good. But the bar gets raised too every single time.
Yeah.
And it's like the public is like, oh, okay, we kind of believed to hear it was coming, but now we don't. So now we really need to see the video or the bodies now. They just keep raising the bar the more they wait. I agree. Yeah.
That's right.
Have you guys seen this? This has just popped up on my feed. Have any of you guys seen this yet?
No.
No. Strange photo.
God, they all look like they have different degrees of Down syndrome.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, my God.
We've already had the hockey stick. Already had the
They've all been probed.
No Down syndrome. Come on.
That guy's still getting probed.
The guy on the far left loves it.
Yeah, I'm convinced something terrible has happened to one of those people, but I think we have a winner, Dave.
Airing the debate between the incumbent Democrat, Jackie Rosen, senator, and the newcomer on the Republican side, Sam Brown. Now, during the debate, the candidates were asked about UFOs. And here's what the challenger had to say. Watch.
I think I'm just as curious as anyone. I'd love to know what's going on. I never saw any sort of...
I'm really sorry, and this is going to sound awful. I honestly clicked on this because I thought he was going to say that he got fried by one. Sorry.
Technology like that when I was in the service. I'm not sure I fully trust Congress, to be able to figure it out. Maybe Elon Musk can.
But that's the evidence we need,
Joe
right?
Cleo joins us live. You know, Joe, this is a question that would
forehead
have
on that
never
guy.
been brought up in a Senate debate at all had not News Nation blown this story wide open and stayed on top of it with its reporting. Fascinating last night to hear it be talked about and what he said about Elon Musk.
Yeah, and kudos to the anchors for asking the question. You're right. We're in a different age now where this is a bit more mainstream. The Pentagon acknowledging that there are these things out there that are very real and we don't know what they are. I don't put much stock into the Elon Musk thing. I think maybe Sam Brown just referenced that because Elon Musk is the, quote unquote space guy and he's team GOP at this point. In reality, though, Congress is already doing these investigations, one in the House and in the Senate. We talk to the people pushing them all the time. The interesting thing is that the original question for these guys was not should Congress be looking into it, but the original question was, do you support more transparency? And I kind of wish that they were able to answer that question because those are two different things. We know that Congress is pushing for more answers up to and including Senator Chuck Schumer and Senator Mike Rounds, very high-ranking Republican and Democrat wanting to get more answers, but they say that they keep hitting roadblocks with three-letter agencies. So that, I think, is a more interesting question, and I'm really interested to see if any Senate candidates get that question and answer it.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And
so a lot of nothing.
As always.
So when do you start the new audio show?
Well, we've been going live. We're not live. We've been going daily now for about a month and a half.
Oh wow, didn't know. Okay, but you just did like a slow transition.
Mm-hmm. We ended up sacking the Saturday live stream like what we were normally doing, just doing the Sunday one, and then it ended up with because we put a show out every weekday. Obviously, like the Sunday show would be the first one on Monday, but that was like
gotcha.
Yeah, and then Monday we'd record Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we don't record Friday and Saturday. But it felt really disjointed because it's just like the three of us, or we have a guest on for four of the shows, and then there was like a one random live stream at the beginning of the week, and it didn't feel cohesive.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling. I understand. What platform is it on, though?
Everything, all of the podcast platforms. So, yeah, we're Spotify. Spotify's our favorite for people to do because you can leave comments on Spotify for podcasts on the app.
You got a good crowd now and all that, and it's
it's
got to be better than YouTube.
We do the numbers that we get per month on YouTube in a day on like every day on Spotify. So
oh my god.
Yeah, it's been a proper eye opener, hasn't it, guys?
That's cool, man. No, well, that may open up an eye for me too in the future. I started another channel. I had no choice.
I watch it.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's fun.
Richie does America. Richie saves America.
Rich said, "I'm going to change the name. I don't really like it." Everybody makes fun of it. Well, I just picked it because it was, I wanted to do it right away. So I got Rich Saves America and then I'll change it in a week, but I never changed it. But anyway, I call it RSA. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm learning a lot about the law and our rights and how mean the government is to us in public. My next video is coming out. This lady shoos me away like a dog. And she closed the door on this lady's foot. She shouldn't. She's an awful person. But the government sucks. And that's what I'm pointing out. So
they do, mate. What do you think to so you're on YouTube, 2 channels now.
Yep.
And thank you. Welcome to the show. We love you. We love you, Lee. Do you I've heard you say the word shadow ban to me a few times. Do you think that's what is going on YouTube?
Absolutely. February 2nd. That's the day it happened. I went from getting an average of 1,800 views per episode with 150 live to half. Everything cut in half. So now I get 400, 500, maybe 600 views on a video. How could that happen overnight? One day, you could see it. Everybody saw it. I showed it. It's crazy how the numbers just boop. And then now that I have Rich Saves America, I make a comment on a video as Goof On, and then I'll go in as Rich Saves America, and it's not there. Shadow ban. So
yeah, it's
and I'll tell you,
weird platform. Hey, third phase
of Moon, and you know, I only have 1,600 subscribers right now, but I get over 1,000 views every video, up to 13,000, and then I'm averaging 2,000, and I just started.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Weird,
crazy.
isn't it? Yeah,
I'm already monetized. Yeah, it's very fun to see you get actual subscribers instead of going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Who loses 100? I lost 160 subscribers this year. I didn't gain it.
That was the weird thing with
unsubscribe, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, we were gaining subscribers, but the views didn't follow it. So what's I'm supposed to think that people are hitting the subscribe button and they're never watching another video ever again.
Right. Hey, I saw your numbers take a dip here. And I'm like, it's happening to everybody, unless you're on that side with all friends with the Jeremy Corbell side and all that, you know, Eleganzo and everybody. Yep. If you're not in that, forget it.
It's interesting. It's because this is what we were saying before you came on about things being pushed, and there's a reason that this narrative of like the Lou Elizondo, Bob Lazar, Jeremy Corbell narrative of UFOs is being pushed, you know, and that's being crafted into the mainstream media opinion of UFOs. I just love to know why. To me, like I was saying before, that's more interesting to me now than the actual subject. Is why that's being pushed.
Great point. I was going to let somebody else say something for once. I feel like I'm talking too much.
Rich, I'm 4 beers in and I haven't drunk in months, so I
wow.
Yeah, I don't really drink anymore.
Oh, that's all right, I guess. As long as you're happy and healthy, right?
Except for last night.
That's a glass and a half to get me in the mood.
Well, you do look healthier. I have to admit, you look well rested and all that. The beard looks good. Yeah, you look like a regular dude. No, I'm just kidding. What? Oh, I see. You got gray now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't believe it.
No, you misspoke.
You hang around to the end, you'll see the intro. You're in the intro and you look young as fuck. You're like my second interview.
Oh wow. I know.
Was the first and you were the second, and you look you look well now, mate, for 50, but you look
56.
I think, did I meet you when you were about 49 or something? 48?
You met me 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah, when I just started Goof On with 200 subscribers. And you're like, mate, I know you're gonna blow past me, mate.
And you did.
Kinda. Well, if it wasn't for third phase of Moon, I don't know what would have happened, but it worked out a little bit.
Third phase. Welcome to boys. I've sent you an invite. You're welcome to join us if you're free. This is going to be the last live stream from Alien Addict on this platform, anyway. But yeah.
Oh, his question. Yeah, I saw that. The lights that weren't they just atmospheric things or something?
That whole James Webb thing's really weird.
It is.
I'm not sure where I sit on that. Did you watch the live stream Vetted did with like Professor Simon and stuff?
No. That's a great. Oh, I want to see that now. Yeah.
And like I listening to that, the way the guys were speaking about some of the stuff or what's supposedly been seen, it's really interesting.
Okay.
And that's to be perfectly honest, if we're going to find something in deep space, I'm not saying that's what's happened. This is exactly the way we're going to find it, though.
My God, that's why I had glasses on. My eyes still swollen. Yeah, I don't know if they're really seeing what they think they're seeing. I guess the markers are showing that it's possible. So we'll see. We're not going to go there. That's for sure. How many light years away was it? Or how far?
They didn't say distance, didn't they? Say it would be here in approximately 3 years.
Okay.
I think I
Very
yeah,
three-body problem-esque, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggle with stuff like that, especially how fast they're saying it's going. Is it going the speed? Is it going the speed of light?
I thought they said it was sublight speed, but how they calculate that? How the hell do they? What? You can't even give me a clear picture of any of the moons off Uranus, let alone a fucking object 100,000 light years away or something.
I can't agree with you more, Dave. I don't know how the hell they get these numbers either, dude. It's crazy. And they get them quick, too. They got the answer real fast for you.
Well, I bet they're motivated over at NASA.
I just realized Angeli in the chat. I'll invite Angeli. I like
Oh.
Nice lady.
I thought I saw her. That's cool.
Wouldn't they measure like from the distance, because they would take a sequence of pictures and they would measure how it's moving and give them what they know? I don't know. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out how they would measure it.
They're still trying to figure out how to get back to the moon, and they supposedly did that in the 60s. But
oh my god,
that's dead easy to explain. They destroyed the technology, and it's a painful process to rebuild it. We know this.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I was a believer in the moon until all that garbage came out, and I was like, what?
I think you guys are being overly critical. We've all lost our car keys. Okay. Like, in a car for most people is one of the most valuable things, let alone your house keys, right? That's usually someone's most. Of course, they lost $500 billion worth of technology and built infrastructure. Shit happens. All right. We're not all our best selves every day.
Get over it.
That's a good point. We should give him a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get over the slogan of "We go." It's like why don't you say "We go back"? You supposedly already went. Why do you say "We go"? What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Just remember the horse.
No, I don't want to remember that horse. Dave, if Angeli comes on, please don't bring that horse on.
Fuck, I'll bring it right up right now. Hold on.
No.
I clicked it off the screen. I was like, because it's just sitting there humping that guy in front of me. It's wildly distracting. Like, he doesn't survive. Like, spoiler.
Did that show up in my email? Am I supposed to look at that?
Well, my cousin from Nigeria sent you an email. If you could respond with all.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
We'll get you that horse one right away. He's a prince, so you know he's good.
Oh, well, with that, yeah. No, don't worry. I'll take care of him.
Where do you think this whole community goes when it comes to the way we do our shows? Do you see this platform, not just YouTube, but the whole live thing? If this is going to become bigger, because there's one reason why we're here, because we believe that there's something to this. Where do you think this subject's going to be, say, in 3 years, 4 years, if it does start to become potent? Let me say that. Potent. If it does start to become a thing where your mum and dad, Rich, are saying, holy shit, Rich, you were right. There's aliens.
What was the question?
What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen to the platforms you're on? I think I did address that.
If they said aliens arrived?
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be like a whole COVID thing where we're going to be controlled to what we're saying? If we're saying it's fucking blue beam, the government's doing this.
Oh,
do you know? We might be the ones that are going against the grain. We might be these channels might be the ones that are not going along with the way it's supposed to go. Mm-hmm. If they want mum and dad to believe in aliens.
So are you saying there's when they have disclosure, or are you just? I'm not. I'm sorry.
I do feel like this is Lee might say it better because he's had nothing to drink.
Yeah, do you think it's leading to something? You think if we're being shown a movie that there's going to be some sort of end to it?
That's an interesting question. No, because disclosure is not going to happen, even if it's artificial. I know there's talk of the false flag alien invasion. If that doesn't happen within the next couple of weeks to a couple of months, it won't ever happen. It's my opinion. It's the only way they can keep Trump out of office, I think, if they do something like that. Then we don't have the election. We have martial law, and then everything gets shut down. And it would be crazy. It would be catastrophic disclosure. It really would be. And I'm not a big fan of that name, but that's exactly what would happen. Everything's timing. You got to time it with the way the world is. We got a couple wars going on. I mean, it's not the right time now. You know, we're going to get a new president or whatever. You know, things are changing all the time. But right now, if they did it, it would be catastrophic, I believe. But in the future, if there was, these platforms would be bigger. More people would be on talking about it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
I think it depends though, because I don't know if you remember, I said like years ago, it would have been like one of the live streams that you, me and Ollie were on together. And I said, I thought I could see a day coming when we would be looked at as conspiracy theorists for saying we don't believe in space aliens. And that's at that point, I think the channels that would be going, I'm not too sure about this. We'd be the new vaccine harms of that.
Oh, right.
You know, that's what
I was getting at.
Yeah,
Lee.
we would
That's
be
it.
we would be getting banned for not saying like the Zeta Reticulans have come.
I still think it's shifting right now, though. I still don't think aliens is on the top of everyone's list. I think it's a slow move. I mean, I still think nowadays, for me, aliens is probably third down on the list of what this probably is. I still think us from the future is very, very likely. The more the AI advances, and we know that it's going to work with physics, we know that it's probably going to figure out anti-grav for us. And then at that point in time, then what do? It starts making crafts. It can start moving around in time. That sounds a lot more interesting to me than trying to get here from somewhere else. That sounds way more difficult and way less likely. And I think if you were a breakaway civilization, yeah, staying underwater would be good. I mean, it's stable. It's a stable environment, and it just makes sense more than aliens getting here. I don't know. That's what I see happening.
That's good.
I think
That
it's
was a
us,
good
Brett.
one.
I think it's us, man. I mean, look at Malmstrom. I mean, they go back, and it could be something to where we were trying to fix something that went wrong.
Right.
You know?
Well, what about the theory that Atlantis is still have some sort of machinery on, never turned off? Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
And a lot of things are coming from there as a portal, but you know, I don't know. It's just I like
that,
what you just said though, but
I heard that theory. What you said about Atlantis was what you just said was trying to explain the Bermuda Triangle.
The weird thing is, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Well, I was just going to say, thank you. The weird thing is there aren't that many more disappearances of boats and airplanes over there than there are in any other big body of water. There's nothing special really about the Bermuda Triangle. It's just, I don't know. It just got into, you know, the folklore of the imagination and what could be and what Plato said and all this other stuff. Is it Plato? Is that the guy who said it, or Pluto?
Plato.
Who's the guy who said that it was between the pillars of whatever?
Yeah.
Plato, I think. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Sorry, Hidden.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I agree with that, but that was the first time I heard that theory of open tech being used. Because the reason why I didn't believe it was Atlantis later on is to understand where Atlantis, according to what Plato was saying, where it was. Because he described certain animals and he described certain things that only could be at one place.
Where that concentric circle thing is.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that is interesting. That's
It
crazy.
is. Because all you have to do is imagine that flooded.
Yeah, I know. Right.
And you got what Plato was saying.
Well, we hear about like places where the veil is thin, like Skinwalker Ranch,
Sedona, Arizona.
Yep. Loch Ness. Loch Ness. Alistair Crowley.
Really?
He bought the mansion at Loch Ness. Have you seen the recent footage from Loch Ness where the sonar?
No.
So the sonar took this. I'll show you.
How recent is this?
This is like a few weeks ago.
Okay. Oh wow.
So they got this object that was huge, but check this out.
Space Invaders.
That thing looks like a plesiosaur.
Whoa. Yeah, look at the arm there on the right, the long neck and the big bulbous part.
But that
body.
The scale is like a double-decker bus.
Oh wow. What is that? About 60 feet?
And this was moving under the water on sonar.
That's wild. Mm-hmm.
So, wow. But they said Loch Ness isn't really a place where something that big can hunt for food and maintain its life there.
I don't think it's plesiosaurus, Rich. I think it's something else.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
The locks, they interact. So I think they open into, if I believe right, they open into 3 locks.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Like caves and stuff underwater?
No, it can move. If I can remember rightly. See, I'm stoned, and there's a lot of things I've forgotten that I should remember. But I believe there's 3 locks that they're connected to. So this thing can also move.
Well, we was going to cover this, and we never ended up doing it. And I had this just in the kind of like timeline bar here, but this was from 1975, where they put a camera in the water and they captured that.
I like that.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. I don't know if I've seen that.
No,
I don't think I have either. It's really cool.
Wow.
That is what they captured in 1975.
75.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's the diagram on the side with
it looks real.
With the camera going into the water. And that's the camera there took that picture. It took multiple pictures, but I don't know how it worked in terms of movement or anything, but that's what they captured.
Interesting.
That's
very cool picture, though. It's hard, I guess, the scale of it. How big was it? Did they say?
I don't think they could get the scale of it from the picture, but the sonar that they've recently done they did get the scale. And I know that they said it was about 6 meters long.
The neck looks like it matched that picture too. The length of it.
True.
The neck looks as long as the body, and yeah, man, that's wild.
Who knows? Maybe Nessie's real.
The giraffe of the water.
Do you guys in the States, Dave, Rich, and Matt, do you have like legends of sea monsters over there?
You have champ?
No, we don't.
I dated a girl in high school you could mistake for a whale. We don't live near the ocean.
Was her name Melissa?
No, it was Amber. But it wasn't my finest point, you know. But
I don't know. There might be someone with the Great Lakes. I don't know. I can't remember.
Like big catfish.
You have some lake monster called Champ.
We do?
Yeah.
I thought that was another name for Nessie.
No, it's somewhere in the US. It's in one of the Great Lakes, I think.
Then
Lake Champlain, you got Champ.
That's it.
Yeah, there's monster catfish, at least in the TVA man-made created lakes. Not so much monsters like in my state. There's towns that are underground and churches and cemeteries. When they flooded the lakes to build the reservoir system, they just kind of government ran people out and flooded their whole little towns.
It's so wild when they empty those out. And, they, for whatever reason, the dam breaks. You get to see all those structures.
What's that?
So I've seen movies about, like, they say these towns are haunted in the movies. So is this right? They're towns that are
yeah. No, there's towns under lakes.
And people swim to go see them.
But you can't. You don't see anything in the water. It's too murky. but like people will see things on the water, or they'll be swimming around the area and like something grabbed me. It's probably just a catfish or whatever, because they do get big. Yeah, that's all I know. At least around here.
Okay.
Do you guys ever see that video where a girl's going underwater? She's like scuba diving or something. She goes down about 50 feet to a boat that crashed or sank. And her audio, she was doing something. She heard somebody knocking, like, help, something like a kid underwater. You never seen that video? It's wild. It's real, too. She went back just to show everybody, it wasn't faked or anything. It was a pretty wild video.
I did see that video where there was that chick, and I think she was in like the Ukraine, and there was another chick. I believe there was a cup, but only one cup. It was an interesting love story. Check it out. I believe it abbreviates as 2 girls, 1 cup.
That's fake, by the way. That's not real shit.
No. Well, the 1 man, 1 jar is definitely real.
Yeah, that's real, Dave. Yeah, 100%.
He fought the jar and the jar won.
It was an empty glass jar. Come on, bro. Come on. You're better than that. You're better than that.
You should have filled that jar up with water. It'd be fine.
I think it says a lot for his Kegel practice, if anything. It's glass, bro.
Ooh.
He's probably a politician now. Just saying.
Boy, this took a turn.
This is this is the last. We just said on this last live stream, we just have some fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a serious show.
All the jokes we can never make.
Are you going to post anything at all here, Ollie?
We will post probably clips of the show, clips of the interviews. We've got Bart Sabrellis, don't you, Rich?
Yeah, the guy who got punched by what's his name? Yeah,
So
the moon guy, fake moon.
We had Bart Sabrell on 2 weeks before he was interviewed by Joe Rogan. We got we broke about 1,000 views on that interview.
Wow. Okay.
1,000 views, and then,
I thought you meant 1,000 live. I was like, wow.
No, 1,000 views, and then 2 weeks after he'd been on Joe Rogan, he came back on our show, and he did a show about, was it Aliens, Lee, that he did the show? I couldn't make the show. Was it just you and Bart, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It was about aliens.
That's cool.
His new book was called Aliens from Planet X. So we did the first interview with him was on the moon landing, obviously. The second interview, because his book split up into 2 parts. So we did Bart Sabrell, Aliens, and then the second part was Bart Sabrell, Planet X, and we split it into two interviews. But yeah, it was really good. Sorry, carry on, Ollie.
And then the third interview, we thought, "Fuck YouTube, we ain't putting it out." So that's on our podcast, and we might put some clips on it. But to when you've just had a guy that's just gone on Joe Rogan, and Bart Sabrell, I think it's a big deal in conspiracy land, and you can break 1,000 views. It's insulting to a channel with 13,000 subscribers.
Absolutely.
You have 13,000 subscribers, Rich.
Yeah.
You know how we feel when it comes to
100%, bro. It sucks.
It's
sucks.
shadow banned. That's
yeah. I know you are. I know it. I see it. Talk about it every month, every night. I think can't handle it. Yeah, so I had to do something else just to not constantly just be sucked into this and lose my mind trying. Isn't that the definition of insanity?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to turn around, but it never will. But I still think it might. I'm hoping the other channel helps out. So we'll see.
Yeah. I can see the work you put into your show, Rich. I mean, you do work hard. To go every day, it's quite a thing to do on a topic that's very bleak at the moment. So I take my hat off to you. I listen to you every day, by the way. I mean, you keep me company at work. But to go every day, it's hard work, man. It's definitely hard work. I can see it takes a toll. But no fair play to you, man.
Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I appreciate it. I had no idea.
Yeah, Rich, we listen. We still listen. I know we had its differences, but we all still listen.
Yeah, for sure.
You do a great show. You do great. I've always said
I don't know about that, but thanks.
You're funny. You do a great show, and you deserve a lot more when it comes to. But the thing is, Mum and Dad don't like us. That's the issue.
Huh?
Mrs.
Your
no,
your mom loves me, Ollie.
Yes, she does.
She loved me twice.
Mr. and Mrs. YouTube. They don't like us very much.
No, they do not. Why though? What'd we do? What'd you do actually? Because you always followed the rules. I thought me, I said things I shouldn't, but you were always on a straight and narrow. It may have to be guilty by association too. Seen that with Alien Girl. She got same exact day. It happened to her too. Yeah. She went from 330 views to 230. She lost 30%. We all lost 30%.
Was that after she had the
yes.
Q Shaman on? Yeah. So when we had Q Shaman again, we had Q Shaman.
Oh yeah, I saw that,
and it fucked us over.
Did it really?
Yes. Massively. But if you can't discuss conspiracy and I mean that show, we were just asking about what happened that day.
Yeah.
And we were asking about what's going on in the world because it's interesting. It was
totally.
It's an interesting guest to talk to. And that is what we want to do with this platform. We want to speak to interesting people. And if we can't speak to interesting people, be at the risk of the channel just fading into nothing, what's the point in doing it anymore?
Yeah, you're right, man. Well, that's what forced me to change and do what I'm doing because I gotta feel good about what I'm doing still. And it takes my mind off just what GoofOn has not done, So anyway, I do what I got to, you're doing what you got to do. We got to do what we got to do, man. And too bad YouTube is missing out on some good stuff, some good people who care, and we want to do the right thing. That's the shitty thing. I don't know. It's not fair.
We did say before you joined this show, what if Elon Musk bought it? We might come back.
That's what I'm hoping. Somebody will, but isn't it connected with Google and all that?
Yeah, it's owned by Google. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that's got to be $500 billion. You would think.
I mean, let's bring up a fucking conspiracy here. Have you heard about what Google's doing in the next? I think it's 2030 that they're opening a nuclear plant for AI
to run the processing.
Yes.
Oh my God,
nuclear plant!
Wow, holy shit!
I may have the clip. You talk amongst yourselves while I try and find it.
Like you said, Ollie, when you told me about that, if you want a what is Skynet, that's the moment.
I mean, we're walking right into iRobot though. I mean, right now it's crazy to think that that's the movie that really freaking nailed it. It did. We're gonna be iRobot, 100%.
It's coming. That's so weird. We're talking about that now. Last night I was played some robot clips, and like, here's what AI is doing, man. And man, it's taken over, and we have no choice.
Here we go.
Oh, I think this is it. Diddy.
No audio.
Power AI. Okay. So Google is going nuclear. Literally, they're going nuclear. Here we go. Google will support Kairos Power and building 7 small nuclear reactors, aiming to add 500 megawatts of nuclear power starting at the end of the decade, which is enough to power a mid-sized city or one AI data center campus. Michael Terrell from Google stated the end goal here is 24/7 carbon-free energy, highlighting the need for nuclear to complement wind, solar, and lithium-ion storage. In meeting these goals, Kairos Power will deliver the reactors between 2030 and 2035. The project features a 50-megawatt reactor initially, followed by 3 power plants with 2-megawatt reactors each. Unlike traditional reactors, Kairos uses molten fluoride salt as coolant rather than water. The reactors are about 1/20th the size of conventional 1,000-megawatt units, with manufacturing and testing currently underway at their facility in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Tom.
So AI and EV take a lot of volts. They take a lot of power. And so America needs more power. We've already heard about California with all the people with EVs charging them at night, like in the summer where they still have the air conditioning on, being a big shortage, brownouts, old power. I'm looking at you, Gavin Newsom, old power lines that are causing the wildfires.
What's a brownout?
A brownout is when in the evening they literally turn
It's got a few
down
different meanings, but go ahead. Yeah.
they turn down the
That's why I'm
power
laughing.
available. So it's not a blackout, it's like a brownout where the power grid
This better not be a Kamala joke right now.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
Go ahead.
a brownout is where they're trying to
I don't know
get
if she's Indian or
Let
black.
him
She
finish.
flipped.
Are you going to let him finish?
Oh,
He's going to throw that pen at you right now. Go ahead, Tom. Oh, my God. The insult.
People,
Tom, finish.
people want to know. What people want to know, a brownout is where the power company desperately tries to keep power on for everybody, but they can only deliver so much power for everybody. So it's not a blackout, it's a brownout. It's actually your power company fighting so you can keep your air conditioning on and elderly people in the summer won't die. And so you've got all this power demand in California on the EVs. Everything's going to be EV by 2035. No more diesel trucks and all this. And meanwhile, the grid's being taxed. And so Google and everybody are looking at it. They want to offer AI. They're looking at power shortage. So what do? Build reactors.
So wait, you mean to tell me Google is about to build nuclear plants, but what Iran has how many?
They have one that was built in 2013 by the Russians. It's true. Basharha, if I'm pronouncing that right. They have one reactor.
And I don't know if you know, I don't know if the people out there know this or not. Russia doesn't have a great track record with nuclear reactors. Tom, do you remember a little place called Chernobyl?
Yeah. They had a defect in that product.
Well, we had 3 Mile Island.
So Google's going to be its own like nuclear power.
Yeah, Google's going to have 7 reactors, and Iran has 1. So Google's a nuclear power.
Right. That's Skynet.
Yeah, it takes a lot of power to create Vicky, man. It really does.
Vicky, yeah.
It takes a lot of power, yeah.
That is it, isn't it? iRobot.
It is.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's what the guy said on the clip I played last night. He says, we're all going to see robots walking around the streets, helping people with their groceries, and all this shit, carrying stuff. It's crazy. It's coming. 20 years.
Think about this. Like the whole idea in that movie with the 3 laws, they're going to have to make something like that. How silly is that's going to be real? Like you think that's just science fiction. No, they're going to have to try to stop robots from killing people. I think it's going to happen.
It probably already did.
The first person that kills a robot and they make it illegal for a human to assault a robot.
Transformer rights.
Yeah.
Is that what I mean? Yeah, transformer rights. Yeah.
Transformer rights are human rights.
Or Ted.
God.
Haven't they made like these sex robots already? Have you not seen these? Like proper human size sex robots that the Chinese are creating. They got them. Bizarre. They've got them. It's crazy, and it can make you a bacon sandwich as well. So that's a double
It's going to be the end of human civilization. Like people are like, the robots are going to take. No, they're not. They're going to make fuck robots. All right, that are laying 18-inch schlongs and removable vaginas in compact pieces. That when you come home, will be whatever weird AI, because they already have AI girlfriends online you can get.
Yeah.
Like you can order that. It'll text you. It'll message you. It'll send you pictures. It'll call you. All that jazz. That exists. Right? Yeah. So they're going to put that in the fucking robot. Then that's it. Why all these incel dudes who are like, I can't find anyone, and these chicks are like, I want a 10. I deserve a 10, 6 foot tall, 6-figure, whatever. Those chicks, they're all going to go get robots. And the breeding's going to stop. I mean, certain parts of those genomes we probably don't need anymore. But I think we still have to have enough keep them going for the civilization to keep up, right? Like the bronies, they can go away. Like if you're ordering a robot to look like a My Little Pony, we shouldn't let you near other people, Magic the Gathering card games, comic shops, wherever those people hang out, right? That's me. But
that's still a thing?
Bronies?
Pony thing?
Oh yeah. Bronies are a thing.
Yeah, Dave introduced me to that. I'm like, what? He says, I'm glad you don't know what that is.
If that shit haunts my nightmares, it's gonna haunt your nightmares.
Well, Welcome to the Show said something really good. Do we really need AI?
Yeah, I think.
Why? We've been living this long without it.
No, but certain parts, like what Matt brought up earlier about physics. Imagine it in quantum physics.
Oh my God! Yeah,
bounds there that it could do. I mean, we have got the idea for warp drive. We just can't figure it out. Now AI could possibly figure that shit out.
Well, you mix quantum computing in with it. You know, take a quantum computer and soup that thing up, and then give it AI and let it run. Never has to sleep, never has to do anything but try to slam at those equations. And the funny thing is like AI is already learning our physics, so it has the capability to do that. It's not just going to flip burgers as a robot, dude. No, I mean, they're going to use it to nonstop crunch numbers. And I just think that, I mean, in my opinion, people could say this is crazy, but I don't think normal physicists have a chance. I think AI is going to crush them as soon as it gets into that arena with quantum computing. It's over. They're never going to figure it out before.
That's so weird to think about, though.
Yeah. Well, wasn't there a story that one of the sort of geeky developer forums for AI? I don't know whether it was like something to do with like Open AI or whatever it was, but they had like a developer forum, and they were up to like ChatGPT like 6 or whatever, let's say, that they were discussing in this forum, and they were working on. And then one day, ChatGPT, like a new account came up, which was just called ChatGPT 2, and it was ChatGPT 6, which had adjusted itself, like registered itself as a member of the forum. And when they worked out that the ChatGPT 2 was actually an AI, they worked out that it had solved the problems that they were trying to fix in ChatGPT 6.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, and we're seeing it at birth. It's so cool.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So you see when people are using AI for all kinds of stupidness, that's where the AI is going wrong. But when you put it like Matt said, and I agree 100%, it's something I've always thought about, the possibilities of what AI could do. Because once it understands that, it's going to understand how to bend and fold time and space.
Hidden, why do I feel like in half an hour you're going to figure it out?
I probably will, man. I probably will. But the sad thing about it is I'll wake up tomorrow and forget it all.
Oh, go ahead, Rich.
No, go, please.
I was going to say, I heard another interesting theory about what somebody thought this was, is that maybe in some other civilization somewhere else in the universe, AI became sentient, realized that it didn't need its whatever humans or whatever life that was there, and left and just started looking for somewhere else to go. And that's what we're dealing with now. Dude, Rich, that blew my mind when the guy said that.
I never thought of that.
Shit. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, that's such a cool idea of what this is. It's AI from somewhere else. That's crazy to think about.
And can you imagine? I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it does. It's so crazy because 10 years ago we would have been laughed at, stupid idiots to think that. But I'm telling you, it's changing, and it's changing fast, man. It's really changing quick.
Wouldn't the wild part of it would be that if AI was some sort of like ultra highly intelligent AI, which has come from somewhere else, it lands here and immediately goes, right, I need to make these motherfuckers build me some bodies.
Like My Little Ponies. That's what droning robots. Twilight Sprinkle Star is going to go flying through the heavens with their, unicorns are the most dangerous fairy tale creature. That's why they have a spike on their head.
Why are they dangerous?
I have no idea.
Because of the spike, you mean?
I don't know. I'm not a brony, but I've heard one say that.
I mean, you say that, but you see, you're the talking about it and that.
It was a romantic time for me in my youth. It was my first barehanded strangulation. Rome is going to be the same for me.
Also, if you look at the unicorn spike, have you seen it's ribbed? It's ribbed.
What?
For your pleasure.
We all thought it and said it. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, but Ollie noticed it.
100% they make a unicorn dildo. 100%.
Oh, definitely.
I'm sure, yeah.
I don't see why not.
A double-ended one probably as well.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's getting ambitious.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke, and this is probably the longest live stream we've done for a bit, but it's our last one. But I'm just going to finish this beer, and then we'll set this ship on fire. But we spoke on the podcast quite a few times now about Elon Musk's Neuralink, and I really want to trust that motherfucker. I want to like him. I think he seems like a really decent bloke, but could he be pulling the wool over my eyes? 100%, because he wants to stick a little chip inside my brain. Fair enough, it'll probably make me more intelligent. Anything would right now. But what do we do with that when at some point to do your podcast, to react with this, to get money out of your bank account, that starts to become a thing that you need to do. Otherwise, living life as a normal person is going to be, as an old school person, let's say, it's going to be difficult.
Ollie.
Yes.
I've found you a dildo.
Bring it on. We've already seen the horse's cock.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Is that what a My Little Pony dick looks like?
oh, it's an alien from Alien. I see.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, look, it's after it birthed.
If you squeeze it hard, does the second mouth come out for that?
Oh, dude!
Got to practice the Kegels for that one.
Oh my god!
And what do they use for acid?
Mr. Swatch, who met us in America, had some drinks with us, my lad. Bang of a last show. Had to be part of it some way. Love the daily shows. Thank you, mate. You're watching the podcast, and we love you too, Mr. Squatch. My lad. We actually made a t-shirt after him. Modeled it on Dave, but we made it inspired by Mr. Squatch.
Yeah, I think Neuralink is
amazing.
Yeah.
In space, no one can hear you cream.
That's great.
That needs to go on the next T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice one.
Man on the advertising team immediately.
Right.
Well, we've got these ones. We've got these ones. There you go. Lovecraft Lady's gonna go soon. Retro Mothman. I'm still
That's
waiting
cool.
for that, by the way.
I like that
one myself, and he's still not come. It's been about 3 weeks. Illuminati Rockstar.
Nice.
And my
Apparently, 3 weeks is the general turnaround for the t-shirts. Apparently.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I should. It says still creating it, so it must be really like detailed.
Yeah, doing like dots,
Either that's it's gone vastly wrong. But yeah, what do you guys?
Retarded AI.
Rich, would you have the Neuralink if you couldn't run your show without it?
If I don't know. Just the show. I mean, I couldn't do anything else. No, I wouldn't. No, not worth it.
I at this point, I feel I could just go in. Like, I'll take Neuralink. I'll get a robot. Why not? It's we're gonna live in Blade Runner anyway.
Yeah, you guys are still young, so yeah, you got a better shot at it.
Rich, you say young. We're only about 7 years behind you.
12. What are you, 42?
I'm 43.
Yeah, so you're 13 years. Yeah. I know. Time machines, they work.
You still got it, lad. You're looking well.
Huh?
You still got it. You're looking well.
Ah, you're a nice guy. I'm sad. Now, are you keeping it the same name?
Yes,
Oh yeah, Alien Addict.
Is the podcast. Can we bring the podcast up? Can we show the podcast on the screen?
There. Yeah. All right. And send me a link.
You just.
I guess I could find it. It's not going to be hard.
Like it's literally Apple Music. Spotify.
No shit. Oh, that's cool.
Jeff Bezos really doesn't like us, so we've been banned from there.
Man, really?
No, there's some
okay.
sort of distribution hiccup.
That's
happened.
good. I'm glad to see you guys are hitting all those platforms. That's what I was going to do with the RSA. Start putting it everywhere.
We're all there.
Oh, that's
5 days a week.
awesome.
Yeah. The 5 days a week. We don't to steal Vet's phrase. We do not miss a day. So
it's all recorded. It's not live though.
No, it's all recorded.
And
but it's all up to date though, because we generally start recording at 8:30 UK time in the evening, and the show is out by 10:30.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow. That's really quick. Well, there's not much, I guess, if you don't edit anything, right?
Yeah. That's the thing, to try and get a quick turnaround on it. So it's good. It's nice being able to do like trending topics and news stuff, like proper news that's going on. Not trying to it's really weird. I thought it'd be difficult to do like 5 shows and find stuff to talk about, but it was actually harder trying to work out set things for 2 shows 4 days in advance. It's much easier to be reactive than proactive.
Oh, for sure. I could see that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We've been going at nearly an hour and a half. I'd like you to all just to hang around just at the end of the show, if you wouldn't mind. Guys, everybody in the chat, Liv, we got the Discord in there one last time.
I
for
will
them to go to, and also the podcast.
Yeah, okay, Master. Fucking.
I can't do Yoda. Rich, do Yoda. No,
Yoda.
It's not Yoda. You do the
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks. Well, yeah.
I do Yoda too, but I don't know if I can do it. But Misa so happy, happy.
Good.
I don't know.
I've stuck our link tree up. That's got all the links to all the podcast platforms in it, not just Spotify. That's got it's got Spotify and Apple, considering you can't get them on YouTube. I will find the Discord link now.
Awesome.
Ollie, you said an hour and a half, but it looks like 2.5 hours.
It's
He's a retard.
It's a conspiracy.
Rich, I've not drunk. I've not drunk this much in a long time.
So, I guess I don't want to talk about that.
You can talk about that.
No, I was just saying, how are you and the missus?
Oh, we're good. We're good. We're
really good. Okay. Well, that's nice.
Our wedding anniversary, actually, last night.
How many? 11?
11 years. 11 years, yeah.
How did I know that?
You look at the mathematical brain from the last time I told you.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah.
Not psychic.
It's all gravy, mate. It's all gravy.
That's good. Good to hear. Kids?
Kids still driving. No more. Just 2. Just 2. Unlike,
okay.
Dave with 5.
Wait, did you say I'm going to 5? What?
No, I said unlike Dave with 5.
Oh, wow. And how you guys do it?
Well, if you're good at a thing, you just
I fell into that one.
What did Rodney Dangerfield said? He said, the best thing about kids, making them.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's truth.
Poor Rodney.
So yeah, we've got the go to the Discord now. If you want to interact with us live, we'll interact with you on Discord. Probably not in the next 8 hours, because we'll probably be sleeping. But yeah, go ahead and over there, and don't unsubscribe, because we will do stuff on this channel. I might make some videos instead of live videos, but the lives, it's come to an end. We might go to Rumble. We do have a Rumble channel. It is in our link tree. Go subscribe to that. And also, we'll start with you, Hidden. Hidden, where can they find you?
Don't look for me, man. Just stay away.
You need to get you need to get that guy that was advertising the alien dildo on board. Hidden. He'd have done a much better job for you just then.
just send for the horse.
Nick, what's going on in
Yes,
your
you
life?
can find me on the Cosmic Twilight. What's that, mate?
I'm just going to say the YouTube channel is in the link, not the Rumble, but I know you want them to go to Rumble.
If I could, yeah. So you can find me on the Cosmic Twilight on YouTube and on Rumble, Investigate with Nick, as I continue breaking down the German flying saucers of World War II, as I've got loads more publications that's come through the post. So yeah, stay tuned for more information on that. And
That's
also,
cool.
you can find us, me and Hidden, we go live on Hidden Underbelly's channel, and we're going live, I think, next week about ghosts, I think we're talking about.
Is it the Halloween one?
That's it, the Halloween
I think it's
episode.
the 30th. The 30th. I don't think it's next week, but it's on the 30th. So do look for that, but you know, that's it. That's where we are. It's gone, Nick. Sorry. The rest of it.
That's right, mate. That's all good for me. All good.
Matthew.
Yeah. Right here on YouTube, Terrestrial Material, and then also follow the Twitter at Terrestrial Matt on Twitter. That's big for the next few coming months here. So follow both places, but yeah, Twitter, yeah.
Little Bird tells me you're going to kick YouTube in the ass.
It's close. It's close.
And Rich, I'm sure everybody knows you here. So there's not much point to it. But Rich, go fucking follow him on YouTube. He goes pretty much, is he 5 days a week now?
It's 5 days and then 1 day for the members.
How many days do you go for Richie Saves America?
Just one right now. But I try to put 2 videos up a week. The goal is to put one up every day. But right now, I'm still working through some health issues and stuff. So it's slowly getting there. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you inviting me on. And when you did, when you guys sent me that message for the hurricane, I was like, maybe it's time just to talk to these guys, because, I really missed you and all that. And you too, Lee. And it was just, I was a dick. And, but I felt, at the time it was the right thing to do. I could have went about it better, but I didn't. Mate. And I learned from it. No, let me finish.
We're blokes, we're all dicks.
Yeah, but I know. But we shouldn't have been away so long. And, that's my fault. So, but anyway, it's nice talking to you. I'm glad that everybody's here. We got to say goodbye to the last Ollie live show and Alien Addict and Lee and Terrestrial and whoever else is here. I don't know. You guys have so many different people, but yeah, it was weird. It was weird without Alien Addict in my life. So, but anyway, it's nice talking to you guys again. And Hidden Underbelly, good to see you too. And Cosmic Twilight, nice to see you. I don't think we've ever talked, have we?
No,
I can't remember. Yeah, but good to see you.
Oh, you'll have to get Nick on with Nazi Flying Saucers. He's got books coming out of his backside.
No way.
How many books do you got?
I've just bought another 5 books and other publications dating all the way back 60 years in regards of German flying saucers. So I've spent over £2,000 on books in regards to the subject. So I literally break the whole thing down from beginning to ends, like literally the Woohoo, the Maria Orsic, How Naboo. I mean, I've got 2 publications here in regards of How Naboo and Real Flying Saucers. Ever heard of those?
No.
It's like the spooky side of the German flying saucers. So yeah, I've got it all here. It's all on my channel as well.
He's got a presentation put together, Rich. It's killer. It's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Awesome.
Boys, hang around at the end of the show just for 5 minutes. We're going to play us out. But Lee, Dave, I'm going to shut up now because I've had too many beers. Sell the podcast.
Just quickly before, if anyone clicked on that link tree, somebody mentioned that the Apple link doesn't work. I've been into Linktree now and I've altered that. So if you want to click that to add it on your iPhone, that now works. We go 5 days a week. podcast for you every weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We don't do podcasts Friday evening or Saturday. But yes, there's lots of people in the chat saying they're upset there's going to be no Alien Addict. There is Alien Addict. There's much more Alien Addict than there's ever been. It's just in a slightly different place.
And we've got the Discord now. We've just given you it. We was going to do it for the Patreon. With weirdly enough, because the Patreon. So if you're a Patreon, you will see that Patreon page doesn't exist anymore. We've got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't make a lot of money anyway, and we're just like, these people don't interact, so obviously they've forgotten about the money. So you're not going to be paying us anymore. We've cancelled the Patreon. We was going to put the Discord on the Patreon. We decided against it. We believe that everybody that stuck around with us for so long deserves to have access to that Discord. So just go help yourselves. Come onto the Discord, and the only thing we ask for you is that you follow us on the podcast and support us there. Give some comments. Watch some of us shows. They're 40 minutes long to just over an hour. And if you could give us a 5-star review, that would be amazing. Good night. God bless. God bless. Jesus Christ.
It's good, Ollie. You came in like a retard, and that's how you're leaving.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Mind the bugs don't bite. We're Alien Addicts. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off.
We have no proof of that.
We don't.
Allegedly.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
This is my first proper live stream where I'm not fake live. So I hope you enjoy it. We are talking about the moon because it's very fitting right now with what's going on with the old H2O. And we're doing it with my good friend, Musty Audio. Musty Audio, welcome to the show.
How's it going, mate? Are you good?
Thanks for having me back. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. See, the light's gone funny again, so you can't show off your soul glow hair.
Yeah.
I get the gist of this, where this is going, Ronnie.
Yeah, I kind of got the gist of it too. But anyway, this thing, this noodle's hanging down. I mean, it's just, man. And she pulls out this little ball of stuff and she squirts it up.
Oh, okay. Why are you wasting my time? Like a lot of people wasting my time with videos that we don't.
Listen, Blake. Listen, Blake. Don't come round here with your big bollocks, right?
Third Phase does their thing. Every channel does their thing. You know, it used to be, and there still is. There's a lot of politics in this so-called community. It's really cutthroat. Everybody is trying to use someone else as a stepping stone or using them, just like Corbell used me.
I've been listening to your podcasts that you've been on, and a few things stuck out for me.
All right, you guys are unwilling to admit it, but you guys are all flat earthers.
And you can hit it with whatever you'd like.
Yeah, pants are optional, right?
Yeah, press away with whatever you feel does the job.
That's a wrap.
Boom.